Welcome to the world of Harvest Moon, your typical romance game. It's filled with magic, royalty, and a classic rags to riches heroine. But our story starts with that very heroine getting absolutely wrecked. This poor little nugget is Stardew, the only commoner at the Royal Magic Academy. And she's being tormented by the classic mean girl, Audrey Campbell. Audrey's personal knight is about to literally cut Stardew's hair off. But our girl isn't the damsel in distress or the bully. Instead, a mysterious protector swoops in, blocking the blade with a strange talisman. The knight flinches back, totally shocked. Stardew can only stare as her savior holds back the glowing sword. A new voice, cold as ice, gives a final warning. She snaps, "I'm the only person who can bully Stardew." Wait, what? This is Jiang Yang, a transmigrator who decided to become the Villainess. The bully Audrey tries to play innocent, but Jiang Yang isn't having any of it. She turns to our little Stardew, who's still trembling. Stardew is so flustered, thinking a noble from the east like Jiang Yang is too good for a commoner like her. Jiang Yang just stares, her expression unreadable. The bullies are absolutely furious. Ignoring them, Jiang Yang gently lifts Stardew's chin. "I came here for you," she says. "My heart just did a thing." Tears well up in Stardew's eyes as she whispers, "Okay." Jiang Yang looks at her with such tenderness. "Stardew, my heroine. So who is this chaotic savior?" Her name is Jiang Yang, and she was a game artist in her past life. In fact, she created this very game. After a tragic death, she was transported to a world of cultivation. She trained for years, finally earning a chance to go home. She was so close. All she wanted was to go home and feed her cat. But a mysterious red string of fate yanked her somewhere else. She found herself falling right into the world of her own otome game. Her landing was less than graceful. She literally crashed into the game's main character, Stardew. Our poor heroine is completely stunned. Jiang Yang introduces herself. Stardew notes her name sounds foreign. Jiang Yang just looks at her, lost in thought. She can't understand why this karma line connects them with life and death hatred. But a voice in her head told her their fates were intertwined. So she just tells Stardew the simple truth. "I came here for you." And that's how their story began. Back in the present, Audrey is still screeching. She's not innocent. She's a shameless liar. Jiang Yang completely ignores her. She sees Stardew's injured foot and just scoops her up princess style. The raw jealousy on Audrey's face is delicious. She can only cry in frustration as they leave. Jiang Yang carries her all the way back to a dorm room, but Stardew quickly realizes this isn't her room. "It will be soon," Jiang Yang says with a smirk. She's already told the dormitory manager that they are roommates. Stardew immediately panics. "I can't let them drag you into trouble because of me." But Jiang Yang just pops a glowing pill into her mouth. Stardew is baffled, Suddenly, she realizes her foot is completely healed. Jiang Yang promises to protect her from now on, but Stardew shoves her away, tears streaming down her face. "You have to stay away from me." She believes she was born under a disaster star and brings ruin to everyone she cares about. Jiang Yang knows this is because of Stardew's tragic backstory. Her entire clan was destroyed, leaving her with deep-seated guilt. Our poor baby thinks she doesn't deserve kindness. Jiang Yang decides right then and there, "I'm giving you some of my power so you can protect yourself." She leans in close, telling her not to resist. A warm, golden energy begins to flow from Jiang Yang's hand into Stardew's chest. It feels gentle and comfortable as it spreads through her body. A ghostly image of Jiang Yang seems to embrace her. But then something feels wrong. A massive star sigil appears. Stardew starts absorbing way too much power. Jiang Yang is being sucked dry. She tries to pull away, but she's too weak. Stardew looks up, her eyes wide with concern. Jiang Yang collapses, completely drained. "Are you awake?" Stardew asks softly. She gently holds the sleeping Jiang Yang. Then she leans down and gives her a soft kiss on the forehead. But as she pulls back, her innocent expression melts away into a cunning, sly smile. "I caught you." In the dead of night, our girl watches over the sleeping heroine. She's completely captivated by her beauty. She gently traces her lips, absolutely swooning. "Girls, you are down bad." She wonders why it took 300 miserable reincarnations for this angel to finally up. She gently holds her chin, making a silent vow. She was ready to burn the world down, but now she has a reason to live. But her intense stare wakes the heroine from her slumber. She calls our girl naughty for giving her hope. Thinking she's provoked her, our girl makes a bold move and starts untying her own clothes. She declares she won't let her go until she finds a way to break this endless cycle of rebirth. She'll become the most important person in her life, no matter what it takes. Just then, the heroine fully wakes up with a groan. She realizes she passed out from using too much power. Her first thought is for our girl's safety. She watches her sleep, thinking she looks like a cute kitten. Our girl is just milking this for all it's worth, smiling in her fake sleep. The heroine gently pulls the covers over her, tucking her in perfectly. She even scolds her for not covering up properly. What a mom friend. Our girl is internally short-circuiting at being treated like a baby. She's still pretending to be asleep as the heroine decides to wait for her to wake up. She can't believe this is happening. This is pure chibai panic. But then the heroine starts to get undressed. She casually slips off her outer robe, leaving our girl completely stunned. Was that just the wind? Suddenly, the sheets are ripped away and she's totally busted. Our girl is a blushing mess, accusing the heroine of playing dirty. She buries her face in her pillow, absolutely mortified. Did she know I was faking it this whole time? Later, the heroine watches her actually sleep this time. She gently strokes her hair, and then she says it, the name that sends our girl into a jealous spiral, Ziohu. Who is Ziohu and why do they sleep together? Turns out Ziohu is a tiny, adorable pet that sleeps in the exact same pose. The heroine smiles, thinking of her little companion. She misses her pet and can't wait to go back. And then she says she needs to give Ziohu a bath, and our girl's mind goes straight to the gutter. She imagines a ridiculously steamy bath scene. This can't be just bathing. She shoots up in bed, grabbing the heroine. I won't let you go back. The next morning, things are a little awkward. The heroine asks if she slept well, while our girl is still having flashbacks to her steamy bath fantasy. She's having a full-blown mental meltdown. She quickly covers, saying she's just so happy to be friends. The heroine reassures her she'll make even more friends. But our girl only wants her. A total confession that goes right over the heroine's head. She's just happy our girl is opening up. As they walk, a group of jealous girls spot them from the cafeteria. They recognize our girl as the one who supposedly bothered the crown prince. It's time to teach her a lesson, classic bully style. One of them approaches with a glass of water, ready to cause a scene. Our girl immediately recognizes this overdone plot and wants to vomit. But then a genius idea strikes. She can use this to her advantage. She suddenly clutches her head, acting faint. The heroine rushes to her side, full of concern. Are you okay? Did I hurt you last night? The bully freezes, eavesdropping. Seizing the moment, our girl goes for the kill. No, you were very gentle, she says loudly. It was intense, but I felt very comfortable. The bully's glass shatters on the floor as her jaw hits the ground. The entire Mean Girl squad is absolutely shook. Jangyong apologizes for being too impatient with their relationship. But the peanut gallery is watching, completely misunderstanding the situation. One of the girls points out the obvious, you can't fake that look of pure love. Jangyong explains Lu is just pale from a power transfer. The girls are now hardcore shipping them. Lu turns to them with a death glare, asking if they need something. But the chaotic cat girl pops out from behind her friend. She's practically begging them to continue their romantic moments. The other girls agree, telling them to just get married already before fleeing at top speed. Lu is impressed by their escape. She tells our girl it's time to eat. Our poor heroine is bummed, thinking she'll have to wait for another chance. But that chance comes immediately when she sees the disgusting cafeteria food. She gags at the sight. Can you even call this sad fish blob a meal? Turns out, nobles get fancy pre-ordered meals while they get school slop. She looks at Lu with so much pity, she can't let her eat this. Lu tries to be brave, saying it's nutritious. But our girl won't stand for this injustice. A look of fierce determination crosses her face. She declares they're going to go out and buy real foods. But just as she says it, Lu starts coughing weakly. Suddenly, a massive tray of fresh bread appears on the table, summoned by magic. Our girl still insists they can buy better food for her. But Lu is unmoved. A perfect steak now sits on her plate. She says she wants to know what Lu's life is like, the good and the bad. My heart just exploded. Lu gives her the sweetest smile, and our girl completely melts. She can barely stammer out Jangyong's name, she's so flustered. Lu then launches into a lecture about not wasting food. Our girl reluctantly takes a bite of the questionable fish. But after that confession, it suddenly tastes like the most delicious thing in the world. Just kidding, it's still absolutely disgusting. She almost spits it out. Later in class, the teacher introduces a new transfer student. Her name is Jiang Yang and she's from the East. The teacher tells her to take the empty seat next to our girl, Xinglu. The other students immediately start gossiping about the new girl's rare beauty. But they also pity her for having to sit next to a commoner. The nerve. Lu can feel their judgmental stares without even looking. But our girl just gives her a warm, reassuring smile. She reveals her secret power, seeing people's favorability. This whole class is at a solid -10. The new girl, Jiang Yang, approaches their desk. She sweetly asks if they can be friends. Our girl realizes she's never checked Jangyong's score. She agrees, thinking this is the perfect time to test her ability. She activates her power, focusing on the new girl. Her eyes go wide with absolute shock at what she sees. Later, she decides to be bold and asks Jangyong a direct question. Do you like Lu? She asks, her heart pounding. Her inner voice is already celebrating, she likes me. She's so happy she could just dance around the classroom. But Jangyong just grabs her hand and coldly tells her to pay attention in class. She reminds our girl that they desperately need a scholarship to stay in school. Our heroine is crushed and confused. That reaction was ice cold. Is her power broken? But then Jangyong leans in close, whispering seductively in her ear. You can ask me anything at all, she purrs. Oh, the game is back on. Our poor girl is completely lost as Zioyang leads her to a beautiful, secluded spot. She follows along, a confused little puppy. Zioyang reveals this is the place she mentioned liking in class. She gets close, admitting she heard Lu wanted to be friends, but she feels she doesn't deserve it. Lu immediately shuts that down, telling her she deserves everything. "I'll become the villain of this game just for you," she declares. But then Zioyang says she has to leave for a bit, promising to protect Lu from the plot. Lu is baffled, offering to go with her, but Zioyang gently refuses. She just whispers, "Lu, I like you," and says being by her side is enough. Our heroine is left blushing and smiling like a fool. Zioyang, however, knows this isn't true happiness. The angst is real. Lu sits alone, wondering why her friend is being so weird. She decides to just wait patiently, kicking her feet in the air. She looks around at the beautiful flowers, and then it hits her. A terrible memory surfaces. This is the exact spot where the original heroine meets the crown prince. What a chaotic, annoying memory. Her face falls. Did Zioyang leave her here on purpose? Was this a setup or a terrible coincidence? Meanwhile, Zioyang is on her own mission, determined to help Lu find her fated love. But the whole idea makes her stomach turn. She has to do this, though. Lu is her only ticket out of this reincarnation nightmare. She clenches her fist, ready to face whatever comes. Suddenly, a noise startles her. She whips around on high alert. A pair of expensive-looking boots steps into view. She looks up, ready for a fight, and slams right into some guy's chest. That voice, she knows that voice. Why is he here? Her eyes widen in pure shock. It's none other than Charles Miller, the crown prince. He asks if she knows him. "Bro, you're the prince, everyone knows you." Zioyang is internally screaming. He's supposed to be meeting Lu. At that exact moment, teacher Roland appears looking for Zioyang, and he finds Lu sitting all by herself. Zioyang is in full-on crisis mode. What should she do? She stands awkwardly with the prince. She decides she has to lead him to Lu to get the plot back on track. The prince apologizes for bumping into her. Zioyang is just trying to play it cool, but then she slips up, saying she's seen him in his CG many times. The prince is totally lost, CNG. She panics and tries to recover. She says something about him having a long life ahead, and somehow it works. Her words remind him of his mother. He looks at her completely stunned. He's absolutely floored by the coincidence. He tells her his mother used to say the same thing. So Zioyang just leans in and pats his head like she's his mom. This is chaotic. She even smiles and jokes about it. In another dimension, I suppose you could say that I'm your mother. The prince is absolutely smitten. Her mature aura is just like the queen's. He asks her to tell him more about the East. Oh no, he's latching on. Just as she agrees, a loud scream rips through the air. Someone is yelling not to approach the prince, and it's the snake Princess Hira with Lu caught in a brutal chokehold. Zioyang's blood runs cold. "Lady Hira." Lu is gasping for air. This woman is an absolute lunatic. Let's rewind 5 minutes. Lu was just having a chat with her teacher. Turns out he's furious because the portrait she drew of him wasn't gorgeous enough. He demands a new one by the freshman dance or she fails. And Lu is just staring at him thinking, wow. She's blushing. She really thinks his vanity means he likes her. Oh, sweet summer child. Then her brain finally kicks into gear. The freshman dance is Friday. That means today is the day she meets the prince. She makes a run for it, leaving her narcissistic teacher behind. He just shouts after her to make sure the next drawing is extra gorgeous. Lu is running, her mind racing. The biggest problem isn't the prince. It's the snake by his side, his psycho fiancé-to-be. She knows that monster makes her appearance today. This is the same girl who poisoned an entire banquet just to kill her in a previous life. She spots her target, Hira Wentworth, the daughter of a powerful duke, the infamous snake princess, and she's holding a glowing magic crystal. Lu knows Hira is ruthless and power-hungry. She won't let anyone get in the way of her becoming crown princess. Is she going to use that crystal on Zioyang? Not on her watch. Lu charges forward like a freight train. She launches herself at Hira, ready to take her down. But Hira was just offering the crystal to Zioyang as a gift. A very strange, formal gift. Lu's heroic tackle turns into an awkward stumble. She's frozen in confusion. What just happened? A friendly face pops up out of nowhere. Our girl is completely shook. Is she possessed or something? The white-haired girl Hira is totally busted and blushing hard. Du plays dumb, pretending she was just passing by. But Hira isn't buying this innocent act for a second. Our girl decides to do a quick vibe check. Hira nervously asks if she saw anything suspicious. Du checks the favorability meter and plays it cool. Nope, saw nothing. Favorability is at 65, that's surprisingly high. Hira just huffs and turns to leave, clearly flustered. Du is so confused. In every other timeline, Hira absolutely hated her. She tries to make a quick exit, but as Hira turns, something drops from her hand. It's a magic crystal. Our girl has lightning-fast reflexes. She snags it right out of the air. But then, disaster strikes. A whole waterfall of crystals comes tumbling out of Hira's skirt. Du is thinking, and here I thought you were running low on these things. The silence is so awkward. They just stare at the glittery mess on the ground. Du tries to be nice, telling her to just go find her friend. But she still kneels down to help her pick them up. She's got to keep up her good girl facade after all. Suddenly, a boot comes down right on top of a crystal. It's Hira about to cause an accident. Du tries to warn her but slips on one of the gems. She's going down. Her arms flail as she loses her balance. But just in time, Hira lunges forward and catches her. Our girl is thinking hee all according to plans. But their combined weight is too much, they both start to fall over. They hit the ground and bounce like a couple of ragdolls. Hira's head is spinning from the impact. They finally skid to a halt in a chaotic tangle of limbs. Hira snatches the crystal back, screaming, "Stay away from the crown prince." Du is like, seriously, it's just one rock. And just then, guess who shows up? Her beloved Jangyong with the crown prince in tow. Back in the present, things are tense. Jangyong immediately rushes to our girl's side. She asks if Du is hurt, her voice full of worry. She gently pats Du's head and our girl absolutely melts. Jangyong notices her torn clothes. "It's my fault," she says, "I should have protected you." Du is on cloud nine, Jangyong only has eyes for her. Then Jangyong turns to Hira, her eyes like ice. "Explain what happened now." Her gaze is sharp. She notices a faint glow on Du's torn sleeve. "How is this possible?" "See, some people have a third eye. It lets them see things others can't. Like a person's life force or kai. Good people are blessed with a pure, auspicious energy. But if your energy is evil, things tend to go very wrong for you." Split. Hira has this ability, and she's looking at Du right now. Jangyong can see it too. Du's energy is the purest she's ever encountered. She knows Du is a good person, but the original story painted her as a jealous monster. Everything has changed, not just the plot, but the people themselves. But then Du sees Jangyong looking at Hira, and a spark of jealousy ignites. How dare she look at someone else? Could it be she likes that type? She glances over at Hira and the prince. A wicked little idea pops into her head. The Prince Charles turns to Hira. "Did you rip Miss Stardew's sleeve?" Hira freezes and admits it, but she immediately realizes how that sounds. It looks like she was bullying our girl. Charles is already misunderstanding everything and she starts to panic. She has no idea how to explain the situation. She can't just tell him about the magic crystal. But Du, our master manipulator, jumps in. "Lady Hira saved me, I almost fell." Jangyong and Charles watch the scene unfold. She puts on her best damsel in distress face. Charles isn't convinced. "Then why did she tell you to stay away from me?" Our girl doesn't miss a beat. "Oh, she saw some scary insects near you." Hira is completely floored by this ridiculous yet brilliant lie. Du is silently thanking her for being the perfect pawn. Then she pulls out the crystal, "And thank you for this lovely gift." She clutches it to her chest. "I'll cherish it forever." Her inner thoughts are pure evil. She'll use this to keep Hira in line. Hira is completely terrified. That sweet smile looks downright terrifying. Do you twist the knife, or was this meant for the crown prince? Hira is so flustered she can't even speak. Jangyong watches this chaotic performance in silence. Finally, she's had enough and steps in. Du turns to her, all innocence again. "Jangyong, what's wrong?" Jangyong gets straight to the point. "You need to deal with the power you absorbed." Internally, she admits it. Seeing that demonic smile made her use any excuse to get Du away. "Do you have a moment? Let me help you." Our girl blushes furiously, getting help from Jangyong. "It feels so good." Our girl agrees, saying they should go now. They share a sweet, blushing glance. The romantic tension is real. Jangyong leans in, her eyes full of affection. But just as the moment peaks, they're interrupted. It's Lady Hira, looking absolutely devastated over her torn sleeve. She begs to fix it, but our girl just brushes it off. Du plays it cool, but her inner chibai is raging about what a bother this is. Hira looks down, feeling utterly useless. But don't worry, because Jangyong is stepping up. She calmly says, "I've got this." Her eyes are serious. You know something epic is about to happen. She lifts her fingers, gathering her power. And with a flash, a magical cultivator's needle appears. Hira is completely shook. What is this sorcery? The needle zips through the air right at Du. It begins weaving a thread of pure light, mending the fabric. In seconds, the sleeve is perfectly repaired. Our girl is totally starstruck. "Wow, you're amazing." The magic finishes its work. The needle flies back into Jangyong's hand. She acts all casual, saying it wasn't a big deal. What a total flex. Du asks if this is her magic. Jangyong explains her weapons have a mind of their own. Even her needle is prideful. Our poor girl just sighs. This is a lot to take in. Then Jangyong casually adds that her swords talk to her too. And suddenly, a chaotic lightbulb goes off in Du's head. If Jangyong's weapons act on her will, does that mean Jangyong likes her? Jangyong is completely caught off guard by this. Interesting logic. But after a beat, she blushes and admits, of course. Our girl's heart just explodes into a million tiny fireworks. With that settled, they finally decide to go. Jangyong smiles, revealing Stardew was always her favorite character in the game. Awa, she was a fan from the very beginning. Meanwhile, the prince and Hira are watching from afar. He asks if she thought that was cool. They have an awkward, blushy chibai moment. Hira just nervously agrees. As our girls walk off, Jangyong gets a strange feeling. She turns to Do. She asks if she bumped into anyone else just now. Our girl is confused and says no. Jangyong drops it, but Do's internal alarms going off. Suspicious. See, Jangyong's sword has a vigilant nature, and it sensed some serious murderous intent earlier. Up on a balcony, a shadowy figure glares down. She thinks whoever approached the prince needs to die. And with a shove, she sends a flower pot plummeting down. Our girl suddenly realizes if they leave now, the plot with the prince will fail. This could ruin everything. She turns to stop Jangyong, but it's too late, the pot is falling right at them. Do screams for her to watch out. The prince's route has definitely failed now, but Jangyong doesn't even flinch, she just draws her sword. With a single blinding flash, she slices the pot clean in two. Our girl is absolutely speechless, the raw power. The pieces crash harmlessly beside them. Jangyong just turns and asks what's wrong. Do immediately switches back to fangirl mode, that was so cool. She gushes about the incredible sword swoosh. Jangyong just thinks she's adorable. A soft smile appears on her face. She even offers to teach Do how to do it. Our girl is ecstatic, really, I wanna. But she's cut off as she suddenly coughs up blood. She collapses backward, falling right into Jangyong's arms. Jangyong is frantic, screaming her name. She quickly checks her pulse. It's terrifyingly weak. She panics, wondering if her own power interfered with Do's mana. She has to get her somewhere safe and fix this now. She scoops her up in a princess carry and takes off running. But wait, our girl peeks an eye open, gotcha. This little schemer overloaded her own mana just to get Jangyong's attention. She snuggles in, mission accomplished. But as she enjoys the ride, a dark thought crosses her mind. That flower pot, it never happened in any of her previous lives. Everything changed the moment Jangyong appeared. How does she know about her secret star mana? Is that the only reason she approached her in the first place? Jangyong bursts into a room, laying Do down and calling for teacher. But no one's there, the room is completely empty. To sell the act, Do fakes another bloody cough. Jangyong is terrified, she doesn't understand this world's mana. She's afraid she'll only make things worse. She decides to try a gentle approach, giving her some life force. Our girl, peeking, wonders what she's about to do. Jangyong leans down and uses a life-giving technique by kissing her. The absolute chaos of this moment. Our girl is totally confused, what is happening? Jangyong grabs her hand, their fingers intertwining. She explains this technique will stop their powers from clashing. Suddenly, our poor heroine feels a strange energy surge inside her. A brilliant light erupts from her chest. She feels Jangyong's immense power flowing directly into her. A strange magic circle appears, showing a nascent spirit. But something is wrong, a dark energy starts to swirl. Jangyong realizes in horror that our girl is absorbing her mana. Was this Stardew's plan all along to steal her power? She thinks, I can't let that happen. She tries to push our girl away, but seeing her struggle, Jangyong's heart softens. Stardew isn't letting go, she grabs Jangyong's wrists and pulls her in for a kiss. Jangyong is completely shocked, calling out her name. This is way more intense than she bargained for. She realizes she completely misjudged our chaotic heroine. Stardew feels a sudden surge of strength from the kiss. And now the power overload is making her drowsy. Jangyong senses that her energy has stabilized. She gently lays our girl down, whispering for her to sleep well. She can't resist a soft caress on her lips. Then she pulls back, blushing at her own boldness. She watches Stardew sleep peacefully. A soft, sweet dreams escapes her lips. And just like that, our girl is pulled into a dreamscape. She wakes up in a completely different world, sitting at a computer. She's totally bewildered. Where am I? How did I get here? She notices something strange on the screen. Folders labeled villain, main character, and love interests. She's inside the game. She instinctively clicks on love interest A, but a mysterious voice warns her, you can't do that. A beautiful, veiled woman appears out of thin air, and she casually plops herself right onto our girl's lap. This isn't something you should be looking at, the woman purrs. She puts a finger to her lips, silencing her protests. And then she leans in and steals a kiss. Our girl shoves her back, demanding to know who she is. The woman just sits on the desk, looking completely unbothered. Stardew looks around in a panic, the room is disappearing. Everything around her has vanished into nothingness. The woman smirks, saying she knows how she got here. An intense stare-down begins between the two. Our girl asks if she's talking about Jangyong. The woman sneers, she seems to be treating you well. Then she grabs our girl's chin with a terrifying grip. Even though I was the one who got to know you first, the jealousy is thick. But our girl is not having it. She powers up ready to fight. She slaps the woman's hand away with a resounding bang. The mysterious woman just looks amused. Stardew gets to her feet, absolutely fuming. "Stop being so pretentious," she yells. "You go, girl." The woman just laughs. "Looks like you're still as violent as before." Our girl stands her ground, ready for whatever this psycho throws at her. The woman drops a bombshell. "I really do want to kill you. But fate demands that you two kill each other." Wait, what? Our girl is completely lost. Kill each other? What does she mean? The woman cryptically adds that their fateful clash might be coming soon. Suddenly, Stardew finds herself completely paralyzed. The woman gives her a condescending little pat on the head. "Relax," she says, "and just forget what happened here." Her eyes glaze over as the woman attempts to wipe her memory. Stardew wakes up with a gasp, panting heavily in her own bed. It was just a nightmare, right? She's drenched in a cold sweat, her heart pounding. She whips her head around, sensing someone in the room. It's Jangyong, rushing to her side with a worried look. She gently asks if Stardew is feeling okay. Our poor heroine practically dives into her arms, sobbing that someone was bullying her. Jangyong's eyes darken. "Who?" she demands. But a single tear rolls down Stardew's cheek. "I don't remember," she whimpers. "The memory wipe worked." She looks so vulnerable and scared. Jangyong pulls her into a comforting embrace, patting her head. "I'll protect you in your dreams too, do." My heart just melted. Stardew's heart skips a beat, but then the nightmare words echo in her mind. Her face falls as she remembers the prophecy. They are fated to kill each other. She looks up, her eyes wide with confusion. "What's this?" A faint red string has appeared, tying their fingers together, the string of fate. Jangyong starts explaining about the thread of fate. It's a red string that represents the connection between them. Our girl tries to touch it, but her hand passes right through. She's confused, wondering why she's never seen it before. Jangyong just smirks, saying she wasn't seeing it correctly. She hesitates for a moment. Before dropping a bombshell, she imbued her powers into Do. Our poor heroine's mind is completely blown. Not only that, Jangyong gave her half her powers just to protect her. Do is overwhelmed, asking why she's being so incredibly kind. She pulls Jangyong into a huge, grateful hug. She thought this was all a trick, but who gives away half their soul for a scheme? Our girl is just completely flustered. Jangyong's answer is simple and devastatingly smooth. "Because I wanted to." Du's brain just short circuits. She is a blushing, confused mess. Jangyong just doubles down, asking if it's not okay. What a power move. She even has the tiniest, most adorable blush. And then we get a flashback to Jangyong's past. She remembers a time when she was just a struggling artist. After graduation, life was brutal and full of hardship. She was crushed by work and family pressure, feeling like trash. The endless criticism was soul-crushing. She hit rock bottom, completely broken. But even in the darkness, a tiny sprout of hope appeared. It started to grow, pushing through the concrete. And soon, it blossomed into a beautiful field of flowers. From all that pain, her greatest creation, Stardew, was born. This character was her light in the darkness. Stardew's image literally pushed away all the negativity in her life. She cleared a path for Jangyong to breathe again. "It's okay now," her creation told her. "I'm glad I got to know you." This vision of hope saved her. Overwhelmed with emotion, Jangyong asks how she should address her. She looks up with tears streaming down her face. This was a life-changing moment. And so, the creator met her creation for the very first time. Stardew became her muse, her constant source of encouragement. Her work started getting noticed. Suddenly, everyone saw her talent. Her boss offered her the lead artist position on the project. She finally found her calling, all thanks to her creation. Her hard work had finally paid off. Back in the present, Jangyong looks at Du with so much affection. Our girl is speechless. Her face is beet red, completely flustered. She feels like she's been completely played by Jangyong's charisma. It's not fair. She's always the one getting confused and flustered in this relationship. No, she pouts, whining that Jangyong is being mean to her. "It's not fair," she says, grabbing her hands. "You know everything about me, but I know nothing about you." She looks so serious and determined. Jangyong immediately feels bad. She tells her that more than having her powers, she just wants to be someone that Du can truly count on. And boom, our girl's heart just explodes. Jangyong is blushing furiously. Her own heart is pounding out of her chest. Little Chibai Du lands a direct hit with Cupid's arrow. Jangyong is so embarrassed she can barely function. But Du isn't done. She leans in, ready to give her a taste of her own medicine. Suddenly, Jangyong's eyes start to glow. The mood shifts instantly. She stands up abruptly. "Let's talk about this later." She declares it's time to head back to the dorm. Our girl is so confused. What happened? The vibe was perfect. But Jangyong has more important things on her mind. The storyline has changed. She walks away, leaving Du sitting there stunned. The air becomes heavy and serious. She closes her eyes, focusing her power. She's been suspicious for a while. The assassination attempt here is weird aura. None of it was in the game. She activates her clairvoyance. Her power buzzes, expanding outwards. She's going to scan this entire world to find out what's wrong. Her consciousness shoots out into the cosmos, but what she finds is absolutely terrifying. Her eyes snap open in pure shock. The reflection in her eyes shows not a game, but a living, breathing reality. She comes to a horrifying conclusion: this world is becoming real. Just then, they are busted by their teacher, Roland, for skipping class. He is not happy. Their punishment: pluck 900 roses from the school garden. Jangyong is still reeling, thinking this explains why Du has been acting so off-script. Roland, ever the drama queen, calls it a gorgeous punishment. Jangyong just numbly agrees. But Roland stops her. He needs to speak with her alone. Du sweetly says she'll wait for her. Roland is having none of it. Just go pick your roses already. He even adds a threat: if they miss even one rose, they can't be roommates anymore. He brandishes his wand and teleports Du away. She promises to wait for Jangyong. Du lands with a thud on the cobblestone pass. She's outside, but not quite in the garden. Classic petty teacher moves. Seriously, if you're gonna teleport me, why not send me to the right spot? She grumbles. As she walks, she overhears some girls gossiping. They're talking about the crown prince. One girl boldly claims she'll go after him, even if it makes Lady Hira her enemy. Du is shocked. In the original story, Hira was the prince's undisputed partner. The plot is changing again. She shrugs it off: none of my business. After all, her sights are set on Jangyong, but then a voice interrupts her thoughts. It's the crown prince, Miller, and he's asking her to be his dance partner. Our girl is absolutely floored. She just freezes on the spot, completely shook. Her mind races. Is this a mistake? Is he interested in her, or is he just practicing his riz on the first girl he saw? The crown prince spots our girl and is completely flustered. He stammers, trying to figure out what to say. He finally asks Miss Stardew what brings her here. She explains she's on punishment duty, picking roses. She tries to leave, but he grabs her, desperately needing her help. Our girl is not having it, reminding him she's just a humble commoner. But the prince is persistent. He spills his guts about asking Lady Hira to the dance, but she ghosted him. He's a nervous wreck because he asked Hira to meet him right here, right now. He even admits he mistook Stardew for her, and our girl is internally screaming. He sighs, saying Hira completely avoided him when he tried to find her. Stardew just deadpans: what's that got to do with me? Girl, the savagery. He assumes they are friends and wants to know why he's being ignored. Friends, our girl is absolutely baffled by this assumption. The prince is just as confused. He explains that he's only ever seen Hira with Lady Jacqueline. He flashes back to seeing our girl and Hira looking chummy. But what he saw as friendship was actually Stardew giving Hira a magic crystal. Our girl is sweating bullets, thinking this prince is ridiculously dense. She's fuming, thinking this drama has nothing to do with her. Suddenly, they both jump as a voice calls out from behind them. It's Jangyong, and she's looking right at them. Our girl tries to run but bumps into an invisible wall. A voice whispers, "Careful." Jangyong catches her while an invisible Hira stands right beside them. Jangyong plays it cool, saying she just met Hira on the way here. She glances at the empty space with a knowing look. An invisible hand is still there. With a flourish, Jangyong rips an invisibility talisman off Hira's head. The jig is up. Hira tearfully explains she's worried about causing political trouble for him. Apparently, the prince's new nobility system clashes with her family's old-school values. Stardew watches, realizing the plot is correcting itself right before her eyes. Hira insists that being his partner would undermine his political sincerity. The prince argues, but Stardew knows this is a major plot shift. She groans: noble romance is so troublesome. Jangyong gives her a look, wondering if Stardew's personality is changing too. Our girl grabs Jangyong, ready to ditch this drama and get back to their punishment. But she can't help but worry about how these changes will affect the future. Specifically, the upcoming assassination attempt. Suddenly, she freezes in horror. She and Jangyong stare at the rose garden, which has been picked completely bare. Hira explains the school legend: give a rose to your crush at the dance and you'll be together forever. Our poor girl panics. She latches onto Jangyong, wailing that she doesn't want to be separated from her. Then a brilliant idea strikes. She proposes a deal. The prince immediately asks Jangyong if she can really solve their dance problem. Jangyong just smirks, a glint in her eye, sort of. This is her chance to see just how much this universe has changed. Her genius plan: a school-wide masked ball. And just like that, a magic circle appears over the school. It's the crown prince making a grand announcement. The entire student body stops to listen. With a magical flourish, everyone looks up in shock. What on earth is he saying? He declares the freshman dance will be a masked ball where fate will bring partners together. The girls immediately realize what this means. They all have a chance to dance with the crown prince. The crowd goes wild. The prince smirks, his plan working perfectly. As Stardew explains, this is the perfect solution. Hira is completely starstruck by Xiao Yang's genius plan. She gets a little too close for comfort, praising her new hero. And Stardew is not having it. The jealousy is real, folks. The prince, oblivious, asks Hira to discuss their outfits for the dance. He whispers a secret plan for her to recognize him. Bro, read the room. But Hira, ever the righteous heroine, declares that would be unfair to everyone else. The prince is taken aback by her integrity. He remembers her passionate speeches about fairness and justice. He recalls her standing up for what's right. And just like that, he's falling for her all over again. Hira is thrilled that he understands. She can't help but blush under his admiring gaze. The two lovebirds share a moment, completely lost in their own world. Stardew, however, is so over this drama. She mutters that if it were her, she'd never give anyone else a chance and turns to Xiao Yang. She asks dramatically if Xiao Yang will find her after the first dance. Xiao Yang is genuinely confused. Why do you need to find me? Ouch, that one had to hurt. Our girl's mind starts racing. Does Xiao Yang already have a partner in mind? But then Xiao Yang firmly clasps her hand. She looks our girl dead in the eyes. I won't let you leave my side again. The grip on her hand tightens. Stardew's heart skips a beat as Xiao Yang tells her to stay close, no matter what happens. The air is thick with unspoken promises. Stardew tries to brush it off, thinking Xiao Yang is worrying too much. But then a horrifying memory from the original plot flashes in her mind. The monster attack. It was a brutal scene. Could it be a coincidence, or does Xiao Yang know about her past? She stares at her, a million questions running through her head. She remembers that the freshman dance is a critical event. It's the grand debut of love interest B, the steel lion Alger Wilson, a powerful duke's son from the north. A total hottie with a sword. In the game, he makes a dramatic entrance. He saves Stardew from the monster attack, which is basically the game's tutorial level. But Xiao Yang is already planning. To protect Stardew, she needs to understand this new world. She knows she's missing a crucial piece of the puzzle. Meanwhile, a dark carriage arrives in the royal city. They've arrived. Inside, a hand clutches a locket. The mission: find the power of the stars. And there he is, love interest B himself, looking broody and dangerous. His red eyes burn with determination. He knows his mission. Finally free from the two idiots, our girl is ready for some quality time. It's shopping time with her favorite person, Xiao Yang. But she has a mischievous plan brewing. Hira's lackey whips out a black card, oozing with smugness. Apparently, Lady Hira is paying for everything today. Our girl can barely contain her glee. With this money, she can spoil Xiao Yang rotten. She's going to buy her all the prettiest clothes. She grabs Xiao Yang's hand, ready for their shopping spree. But our poor heroine just stands there, completely lost in thought. Our girl wonders what she's thinking about. In these moments, they feel like they're worlds apart. She runs off and gets a snack. Meanwhile, Xiao Yang is analyzing the price of apples, completely in her own little world. Our girl pops up out of nowhere, shoving food in her face. I thought you might be hungry, she says sweetly. Her inner monologue, try ignoring me now. Absolutely savage, she can't help but laugh at her own genius move. Xiao Yang is just adorably confused. Sorry about that, she says, gently touching her cheek. She wipes a crumb from her lips, her heart skipping a beat. It's so soft. Our girl is blushing so hard she could set fire to the street. And then she leans in for a kiss. Xiao Yang freezes, her face turning bright red. Are you okay? Panicked, our girl makes a lame excuse about the store closing and bolts. She runs away, internally screaming at how dense Xiao Yang is. But back in the market, Xiao Yang is thinking about how sweet Du looked. And she's blushing, she's actually blushing. She pulls our girl into a fantasy hug. Okay, girl is definitely having some very gay thoughts right now. They finally arrive at the dress shop. But of course, trouble is waiting. A pack of mean girls claims all the clothes belong to Lady Hira. Our girl is so done with this, Hira again really. They find out this is the only store with dresses for the dance. And Hira's cronies are trying to monopolize everything. They're not even trying to be subtle about it. Our girl clenches her fists. Oh, it is on. Who's spouting nonsense? She yells, stepping forward. She gets right in their faces, ready for a fight. She stands protectively in front of Xiao Yang. The girls recognize them, but our girl isn't backing down. She roasts them for making Hira look bad. You're just using her name to get what you want, aren't you? The girls freak out, sputtering that Lady Jacqueline told them to do it. Jacqueline, of course it's her. Another minor character from the game causing major drama. The lead bully still refuses to give up the dresses. So our girl leans in and whispers something in her ear. Suddenly, the bullies are bowing and apologizing profusely. Our girl just waves them off with a sweet, terrifying smile. Everyone else in the store is just staring, completely baffled. She turns back to Xiao Yang, all smiles now. Let's pick out some dresses. Xiao Yang pats her head, looking so proud. Well done. Our girl gets giddy. Don't you want to know how I did it? But Xiao Yang just gives her the softest smile. Du has always been remarkable. And here's what she actually whispered. She told them Hira wanted the dresses bought secretly and they were ruining the plan. She even flashed the black card as proof, total power moves. But the praise makes her feel a little guilty. Yang trusts her so wholeheartedly, and she's just pretending to be this sweet, docile girl. Her mind spirals. If her true, manipulative self was revealed, if Yang knew her real thoughts, would she still trust her like this? She snaps out of it, wait, why do I need her to like me? Yang notices her friend spacing out, dude, what's wrong? Our girl reminds herself of the mission. Yang is just the key to escaping this nightmare loop. She puts her mask back on. It's fine, I'll just keep being the Stardew she knows. But as she suggests they take a break, a part of her hates the lie. They find a bench to rest for a bit. Yang looks confused because the bullies are walking right back towards them. What is it? Our girl asks, annoyed. The mean girls corner our heroine and her protector, Yang. But instead of a fight, the blonde girl actually addresses her politely. She thanks Stardew for her help earlier. Our girl is totally caught off guard. The blonde explains that it's rare for nobles to thank commoners. They even promise to stop bothering her at school from now on. Stardew is absolutely floored. Her inner monologue is pure chaos. Wait, if you don't bully me, how will Yang protect me? Yang just smirks. She knows exactly what our girl is thinking. But Stardew has no time to process because a new challenger appears. It's Audrey, and she still has that nasty, noble superiority complex. She shoves our girl out of the way to get to Yang. She has the audacity to ask Yang to be her dance partner. Our girl's eyes widen in fury. Audrey makes her case, saying gender doesn't matter, she just wants a powerful partner. She claims she can help Yang with Western etiquette. Then she has the nerve to ask Stardew for her blessing. Our girl is fuming, understand my foot, she thinks. She hates the original Stardew, who is a total doormat. This Stardew is different, but the problem is Yang supposedly likes the docile, polite Stardew. For a split second, our girl considers killing Audrey in her sleep. But no, she can't even pretend to be nice. So she flat out says, I decline. Just then Yang speaks up, rejecting Audrey herself. And then she drops the bomb, and neither does Do. Our girl is stunned, how did she know? Yang just smiles, it's because I've been looking at you, I could tell. Stardew realizes Yang likes her for her, not some fake personality. Overcome with joy, she tackles her in a hug. Yang is a blushing, flustered mess. She's totally panicking about how obvious her feelings are. Stardew plays it cool, pretending she just lost her balance. All Yang can manage is a quiet be careful. But our girl is living for this reaction, it's so cute. In fact, it makes her want to tease her even more. Meanwhile, Yang is still thinking about how soft Dew felt in her arms. Stardew grabs her hand, ready for more chaos. Let's go pick out dresses. Completely distracted, Yang just points at a random dress. She's trying to get her unholy thoughts under control. But Stardew sees right through it and giggles. Yang tries to put some space between them. Our girl is having none of that and grabs her hand. They head for the changing room. Stardew holds up a dress, batting her eyelashes. It's hard to change alone. Will Yang help me? The poor girl is practically steaming but stammers out that she will. Stardew immediately starts to undress. Yang, ever the gentlewoman, turns around. Let me know when you need help. Our girl smirks, so cute. The uniform drops to the floor. Yang tries to stay focused, but her imagination is running wild. Stardew calls her name, then gets real close and whispers, I'm cold. Trying to distract herself, Yang asks which dress but slips on the discarded clothes. They both go tumbling down and land in a very, very compromising position. Stardew leans in, purring, now I'm not cold anymore. Yang has officially short-circuited. The tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Our girl is practically naked. She whispers a quiet apology, and Yang helps her up. Do is a blushing, flustered mess. Yang asks what's wrong, trying to act cool. But our girl can't even look at her. Honestly, who can blame her? Yang is blushing just as hard. She calls her name Do, and our girl finally looks up. Yang is completely captivated, thinking she's so beautiful. She whispers her real name, Yang. The eye contact is electric, but suddenly Yang snaps out of it. She realizes she almost lost control again. She quickly stands up, all business now. You should get dressed, you'll catch a cold. But Du clings to her, not wanting the moment to end. Yang tries to be respectful, remembering that Stardew is still young. But her sudden coldness is confusing. Our girl is totally baffled. The atmosphere was so good, what just happened? She suspects it might be that weird hairpiece Yang is wearing. Ignoring her thoughts, Yang helps her into a dress. But Du notices a problem. It seems a little big. Yang starts measuring her with her hands, reciting her stats from memory. Our poor girl is sweating bullets. The dress is so thin she can feel everything. Every bit of Yang's warmth. Yang wonders if she remembered the measurements wrong. Du asks the million-dollar question, who is she confusing her with? They lock eyes again. Then this is Zio's size, right? Yang immediately denies it. She then makes a savage comment about how big someone else's assets are. Our girl is so not amused. In her chibai form, she demands the smallest size available. As they grab another dress, Yang wonders if the world's changes affect people's bodies too. She offers to turn around so Du can change. Yang's eyes widen in anticipation, and bam, the big reveal. Our girl looks absolutely stunning in the new dress. She nervously asks how she looks. Yang is speechless. She just stands there completely mesmerized. She is absolutely struck by Stardew's beauty. Our girl decides to be a little minx. She claims the dress feels prickly and asks Yang to check it for her. Yang is like, check where? Du leans in close and whispers inside. This is too much for our poor cultivator's heart. Du lays it on thick, saying it's her first big event. She plays the victim card, saying it's fine if Yang is uncomfortable. But it's all a lie, she just wanted to see her flustered face. And it works perfectly. Yang agrees, saying she can't refuse for Du's first dance. She steals her nerves and goes for it. Why am I so nervous, she thinks. Is it because she has to touch someone? Or because that someone is Du? Her touch sends a jolt through our girl. She asks if it hurt. Du just melts into her, saying no. If it's Yang, anything is fine. The air is thick with romantic tension. Yang is trying to rush, but she can't deny how cute this is. Du just hugs her, loving every second. Finally, Yang asks if it's okay now. Du says it's much better, but then she gets a mischievous look. Can you help me check the other dresses? She asks with a grin. Yang's brain short-circuits. After their chaotic shopping trip, they head back to the academy. Yang is still a mess. She thinks being with Du is more stressful than a heavenly lightning tribulation. But her danger sense suddenly tingles. They're being watched. Two shady figures decide to split up and attack them both. They think our girls are easy prey. Big mistake, Yang instantly senses the killing intent and moves. With a single brutal slash, she takes down one of the assassins. The man is shocked as his life fades away. Yang turns, her eyes cold as ice. Kill who? The assassins are shocked she's still standing. One of them loses his cool completely. Who cares? Just kill her. They immediately start casting a spell. But our girl isn't having any of it. She unleashes her own power with a massive boom. With a clang, she parries his blade. Why are you trying to kill us? The assassin just smirks, full of confidence. You won't live long enough to find out. He signals his partner to attack. A giant fireball comes hurtling towards her. But Yang is an absolute beast. One word is all it takes. Dispel. The spell explodes, sending the other assassin flying. The leader can't believe his eyes. How is a student this powerful? Our girl gives him the iciest death glare. This is what happens when you don't talk. He immediately panics and starts singing like a canary. But just as he's about to spill the beans, a curse activates. He's literally burning from the inside out. Before she can do anything, he turns to dust. She realizes what's happening. The curse silences them instantly. Whoever is behind this is not playing around. She knows more assassins will be coming soon. Her face is grim. She needs to figure out how to break this curse. But wait, someone was watching the whole thing. It's our other heroine Du, and she is beyond impressed. She pouts, realizing Yang sent her away to protect her. She hops out from behind her hiding spot. Looking at the last assassin, she sighs. Yang, you're too merciful. When you're a target, you can't just let things slide. And then she does the most chaotic thing ever. She summons the dead. Dark magic swirls as she pulls the spirit from his body. Her logic is terrifyingly sound. A curse works on the living, but it has no power over the dead. Spirit, arise. The spirit screams, completely baffled. Dark magic, who are you? Du just stares him down, unimpressed. She grabs the ethereal chain attached to him. Then she grabs his throat. I summoned you for answers, not questions. The spirit is losing his mind. First a monster swordsman, now a necromancer. She tightens her grip. I'll ask the questions, you'll answer, understood. A sickening crack echoes, this girl is savage. She casually boasts about her 300 reincarnations. She knows all the magic. The spirit is horrified, these students are literal monsters. Du cuts to the chase, who sent you? He finally cracks, someone from the Hira household. Of course, it's the white-haired rival. Du's eyes narrow into slits. Her again. The spirit swears it's the truth, even revealing that Hira plans to attack them at the ball. Du leans in, tell me more. She smirks, yep, she's definitely the MVP of this fight. Later, the girls are walking through the city. Du is quiet, processing everything. The spirit told her Hira planned to unleash 3 demonic beasts at the dance. 3, that's more than she expected. She realizes Hira was also behind the previous beast attacks. And worst of all, Hira planned to frame Du for the whole thing. All to turn the entire school against her. It all makes sense now. That's why the bullying got so much worse after the freshman dance. She starts praying to the demonic beasts. Please don't get killed in one hit. My future happiness depends on you. But as for the person who dared to plot against Yang, Her expression turns deadly. Meanwhile, Xiao Yang is looking for her friend, worried. She finally spots Du standing alone. Xiao Yang. She runs over and pulls her into a tight hug. Du's heart melts. Xiao Yang was looking for her. Xiao Yang asks concerned. Du plays it cool, I got lost. Xiao Yang blames herself. I shouldn't have left you, let's go back together. They hold hands and Du's heart flutters. Being with Xiao Yang is just too wonderful. As they walk back, an announcement rings out. The freshman dance is about to begin. Du remembers her original devious plan, get injured by a beast, and then enjoy Xiao Yang's tender personal care. She imagines Xiao Yang changing her bandages and a blush creeps onto her face. Xiao Yang asks if she's ready. Du snaps out of it. Yeah, ready for the dance. She looks absolutely radiant in her dress. But then she sees Xiao Yang, and her jaw hits the floor. Our girl looks like a goddess in a stunning black dress. Du is completely thunderstruck. Let's head out, Xiao Yang says. But Du yanks her back. I was wrong. She pulls Xiao Yang into a desperate hug from behind. The plan is ruined. Her brain has short-circuited. So she does the only logical thing. She bites her. Xiao Yang is utterly confused. Du. Xiao Yang gently holds our poor heroine. She asks her what's wrong. Du suddenly says she doesn't want to go to the dance, thinking Xiao Yang is too beautiful to be seen by anyone else. Our girl is confused but says they have to go. Du quickly changes her tune, saying she'd never hold Xiao Yang back. And just like that, she's all smiles and ready for the party. But her words linger in Xiao Yang's mind. She doesn't want anyone else to see me. A strange, fluttery feeling spreads through her chest. Meanwhile, Du has a secret, chaotic plan. If she can't hide Xiao Yang, she'll just have to show everyone who she belongs to. They make their grand entrance at the masquerade ball. Everyone is instantly captivated by the mysterious and elegant duo. They whisper about the noble lady from the east. Xiao Yang leans in close, telling Du not to leave her side because of demonic beasts. The crowd parts for them as they walk. As the music starts, Du remembers her mission. The spirit told her the beast would appear on the dance floor, so she turns to Xiao Yang and asks for dance. Our girl hesitates, worried they'll be separated. She's just trying to protect her. But Du has the perfect comeback. If you're my partner, I won't have to leave your side. And with that, she takes her hand. They step onto the floor and the whole ballroom seems to fade away. They only have eyes for each other. Watching them, Xiao Yang starts to worry about the story changing. She wonders who Du will end up liking now. Du just scoffs, why are you still saying things like that? Then she drops the bomb. I like you, Xiao Yang, I always have. Xiao Yang is completely flustered, insisting that's not the kind of like she means. Du plays dumb, asking what the difference is. Can you tell me? She presses, backing our poor girl into a corner. Xiao Yang is speechless for a moment. Then a dangerous glint appears in her eye, or I could show you. She pulls Du close with a sudden watch out. And then she does it. She kisses her right there in the middle of the dance floor. Now that is the kind of like she was talking about. The music grinds to a halt. Xiao Yang is reeling, trying to process what just happened. Like me in what way? She thinks, her mind racing. Is Du just confused because they've gotten so close? But little does she know, Du is internally cheering. The plan was a huge success. Now it's time for phase 2, stake the claim. Xiao Yang, she asks, what do you think of me? Our girl is frozen, searching for an answer. What is due to her, a character she rescued? But before she can answer, a man interrupts, asking for Miss Stardew. He reaches out his hand for a dance. Big mistake. Xiao Yang slaps his hand away without a second thought. Du just smirks, loving the jealousy. Suddenly, the ceiling cracks. The entire ballroom begins to crumble. The original heroine uses her powers to shield her male lead. Another girl is about to be crushed, but the second male lead dashes in, saving her with a swift slice of his sword. Then a scream cuts through the chaos. There's a beast. A terrifying, three-headed wolf materializes from the dust. Du just smirks, what convenient timing. Xiao Yang immediately steps forward. I'll deal with it, she tells Du. And I'll tell you my answer later. Du's heart skips a beat. Xiao Yang's plan is simple, defeat the beast herself so Du's powers stay hidden. The second male lead tries to warn her. It's a high-level beast, we should wait for help. But our girl delivers the chilling news, they won't come. The ballroom is cursed, she explains, no one can get in or out. The guy is stunned, how did you know? But there's no time for answers, the beast lunges. Xiao Yang meets its attack head-on. Her sword clashes against its massive claw with a deafening clang. The beast hisses in fury, but our girl stands her ground, her blade glowing with immense power. With a single focused word, she prepares her final strike, cut. Our girl goes full beast mode, taking on 2 demonic wolves at once. The entire hall rumbles from the force of her attack. Even the male lead is shook. Melee magic, you bet your pretty face it is. The second wolf lunges, ready to turn our girl into a chew toy. But she stands her ground, not even flinching. That's the face of a woman who's completely done with everyone's nonsense. With a savage slash, she goes straight for the throat. and in one clean motion, she sends its head flying. The beast goes down for the count, one down, one to go. She looks over her shoulder, an absolute ice queen. Our heroine Do is completely starstruck, what a simp. Her friend is less impressed and more terrified for their lives. But a new voice echoes through the hall, calling Do useless, savage. Suddenly, the world glitches like the Matrix. Do looks up and realizes someone is descending from the ceiling. A mysterious veiled woman floats down like a chaotic angel. She whispers that a dance is more fun with a bit of youth. Creepy. The guests can't see a thing, they just think the air got weird. But Do sees her clear as day, and a horrible feeling washes over her. She swears she's seen this woman somewhere before. The woman just smirks and says, "Awaken, my child." A digital command shoots out from her. It hits the last remaining wolf with a glowing kiss of death. Do screams for Yang to watch out, because this puppy is getting a serious power-up. A sinister green aura erupts from its body. The party guests are losing their minds. This is no ordinary wolf, it's the legendary Cerberus. 2 more heads sprout from its neck and it towers over our girl. Yang barely has time to register the change. The beast roars and the rich folks scream like they're supposed to. It lunges, not for Yang but for Do. But our girl is faster, tackling Do out of the way. She saves her damsel in distress, and Do's heart goes into overdrive. Cerberus isn't giving up, it lunges again. Do, in a moment of heroic stupidity, thinks this is my chance. She pushes Yang aside, trying to take the hit herself, and gets her arm chomped on for her troubles. Ouch. Yang is absolutely frozen in shock. The sight triggers a bizarre flashback of a similar-looking woman and a child. Snapping back to reality, something inside her breaks. Dark marks crawl across her skin as she unleashes a terrifying power. She turns to the beast with a chilling smile. "How dare you hurt her?" Do is touched, but she immediately realizes something is terribly wrong. Yang goes completely berserk, tossing the first wolf's head aside. She charges, screaming, "Die!" She slices right through the beast, but the wounds begin to regenerate. This doesn't faze her one bit, she just slashes again and again. "Are you daring to touch her again?" she snarls, completely unhinged. The guests can only watch in horror as she descends into madness. You see, in her past life, our girl had to seal her emotions to survive. She used a talisman to suppress all her fear and anger. But now that talisman has shattered, and all that pent-up rage is exploding out of her. The mysterious woman reappears, musing that this beast isn't enough to wake her up. Do confronts the ghost lady, but she just fades away. Meanwhile, Yang is about to deliver the final blow. But suddenly, a magic circle appears beneath the beast. It's the power of the stars, and the male leads recognize it instantly. A drop of Do's blood activates the spell. A sword of pure light impales Cerberus, obliterating it for good. The room falls silent, it's finally over. Or is it? Yang turns her blood-soaked gaze to the party's mean girl. "You laid a hand on her too," she growls. Do screams for her to stop, but it's too late. Yang lunges, but Do throws herself in front of the blade. With the sword lodged in her chest, she begs her friend, "Come back to your senses." The protector holds a sword to Stardew's neck. But our girl doesn't even flinch. The attacker calls out her names. Her man watches, completely stunned by the chaos. The woman with the sword is defending the blindfolded girl. She says she's only doing this for Yang's sake, because Yang would regret hurting anyone. She holds up the bloody hand as proof of the attack. Stardew is just trying to understand what is even happening. Suddenly, a brilliant light flashes. It's Yang and she's awake. But something is terribly wrong. She lunges and grabs Stardew by the throat. Our poor heroine is completely shocked. She tries to reason with her, coughing out her name, but it's no use. Yang is completely out of it. Stardew realizes she might have to fight for her life. Then Yang asks a wild question, "Do you like her?" Her eyes are burning with a jealous fire. Our girl is completely flustered by the sudden interrogation. Oh my god, she's actually jealous. Stardew knows she should calm the situation down, but our girl lives for the drama. She decides to poke the enraged bear. "What if I do like someone else?" she asks. She gets right up in Yang's personal space. "What would you do?" she whispers, fanning the flames. Yang is absolutely speechless. Our girl is playing a very dangerous game. She calls her out for ignoring her feelings for so long. She can feel Yang trembling with anger but thinks it's cute. Okay, that's enough chaos for now, time to teleport. And just like that, they vanish in a flash of light, leaving 2 very confused people behind. They stare at the empty spot where our girls used to be. Stardew is pulled through the void. The effort is too much and she passes out. She wakes up pinned to a bed. Yang is looming over her, looking absolutely furious. "You can't like anyone else," she growls. And then she bites her. This is not a drill. But our girl isn't scared. "Why not?" she challenges. "What are we to each other?" she demands. "What right do you have to stop me?" What a savage comeback. Yang has no words, so she uses her actions instead. She smashes their lips together in a desperate kiss. The world dissolves into a floral background. Jangyong pulls back, her eyes full of turmoil. But our girl is secretly loving this. All the attention is finally on her. Their hands find each other. Feeling bold, our heroine whispers, "You can be rough." She is pushing all the buttons today. You can practically hear Jangyong's heart stop. Things are escalating very, very quickly. Jangyong looks completely overwhelmed by her feelings. She pulls Stardew into a crushing embrace. Suddenly, a brilliant light explodes from their bodies. It's happening again. Our girl recognizes this feeling immediately. It's another power exchange. A vortex of energy swirls around them as they begin to float. Jangyong's power is pouring into her. The entire room is bathed in magical light. Jangyong calls out her name as they drift back to the bed. They land softly among the pillows. She checks on our girl. She fell asleep, but she's fine. But Stardew's inner Chibai is screaming. Wait, no, she isn't fine. She is losing her mind over this possessive, chaotic woman. The next morning arrives. Jangyong opens her eyes to find our poor heroine crying beside her. They stare at each other, the air thick with unspoken words. "You're such an idiot," Stardew sobs. The memories of last night come crashing back to Jangyong. The rage, the violence, and the desperate possessive kiss. She's overwhelmed with guilt for hurting Stardew. She quickly summons a green light. It's healing magic for the bite mark on her neck. Stardew opens her eyes, feeling the magic. "So you just want to avoid taking responsibility?" she asks coldly. Jangyong's heart shatters into a million pieces. Our girl is deep in her feels, thinking she didn't mean it like that. She was just worried that Stardew was hurt. But she feels she has no right to even say anything. Not after she was the one who hurt her in the first place. She looks away, completely torn up inside. But Stardew is already spiraling in her own chaotic way. "Oh no, did I overdo it?" she wonders. Then her inner schemer kicks in. She knows Jangyong is a softie with a strong moral code. "I can't let this go," she thinks, seeing a golden opportunity. Her plan is devious and brilliant. She'll make Jangyong think they did something intimate, so she'll have to take responsibility. And she'll play the victim, saying it wasn't Jangyong's fault and she was willing. She reaches out to comfort our poor, confused heroine. But Jangyong immediately pulls back. Stardew is stunned. This was not part of the plan. "Jangyong," she asks, her voice trembling. But our girl is having a full-blown panic attack. The tranquility talisman is gone, which means what happened yesterday could happen again. The thought of hurting Stardew is suffocating her. Her eyes widen in terror. "I think it's better if we keep our distance for a while," she stammers out. Stardew is absolutely speechless. "I can't risk hurting you again. I don't want that," Jangyong pleads. But Stardew isn't hearing any of it. All she can think about is the promise. Jangyong was supposed to give her an answer after the ball. Is this her answer? She wonders, her heart shattering. Our poor heroine is trying to find the words. Stardew waits, desperate. Jangyong is having a war in her head. There's no doubt that she likes Stardew. She remembers all their moments together. But is it the kind of like that Stardew wants, or is it just creator's affection? Is it really that simple? A dark voice whispers in her mind, questioning her feelings. Do you believe your affection for her is real? If her feelings are so pure, then why did she lose control? Why did she want to make Stardew hers? To possess her or even ruin her, the silence is deafening. Jangyong comes to a painful conclusion. Dew's feelings are probably just because she was there when she needed someone. She decides it's better for them to sort out their feelings first. Taking a deep breath, she says, "I need some time to think." And Stardew's brain just short-circuits. Time to think about what? Our baby's name. Her eyes literally turn into hearts. You like me, I like you, what else is there to think about? She thinks blissfully. Suddenly, a knock interrupts her fantasy. Jangyong, grateful for the distraction, says she'll get the door. Stardew just stares after her, still in her own little world. But at the door stands a man with a very serious expression. Jiang Yang, he says, regarding the incident at yesterday's dance. He wants her to come to the headmaster's office for a chat. Our girl knows this can't be good. And just like that, Stardew's favorability meter for her glitches out, showing null. Our heroine is officially panicking. Later at school, Stardew is in a daze. Why can't I see Jangyong's favorability rating anymore? She wonders. The skill still works on other people just fine. A classmate asks if she's all right. The problem is definitely with Jangyong. Just then, Jangyong walks up with the girls she saved from the dance. And Stardew's jaw drops. Their favorability has gone up so much. The girls are thanking her, but Stardew brushes it off. It was really thanks to Jangyong, right? She says. The girls go silent, looking terrified. She was kind of scary yesterday, like she suddenly went crazy, one whispers. Stardew immediately realizes what's happening. They're sympathetic towards her because she was attacked by Jangyong. When she tries to defend our girl, their favorability instantly drops. She thinks confused. The girls start gossiping, wondering if Jangyong threatened her. And Stardew's eyes go cold. You don't actually care about my answer, she realizes. You're just waiting for me to give you the answer you want. How boring. But then a dark thought takes root. Yang has always been the center of attention. It's infuriating how popular she is. But if she could use this incident, she could make everyone abandon Yang. And then Yang would only have her. A chillingly possessive smile spreads across her face. Someone calls her name, snapping her out of her Yandere moment. All I have to do is go along with what they're saying, she decides. With a sweet smile, she begins. It's true that Yang has her issues. She leans in conspiratorially. If only she'd be so forceful more often. The other girls are completely shocked. I even told her I want her to be rougher, she adds with a sigh. But her inner monologue is savage. Would I ever do that? Yang is mine to abandon, not yours. She's just mad there haven't been enough romantic scenes. And just like that, the girls' favorability meters explode. They are absolutely scandalized but are now her biggest fans. As they head to class, Stardew has a revelation. Favorability is such a cheap thing, she muses. People give it when you meet their expectations, and take it away when you don't. They respond to what they want to see. A good end or a bad end. It leaves you wondering what you did wrong. But the truth is, you never did anything wrong. Her eyes widened. So if her favorability rating is off, that means? It means Yang's feelings for her are real and won't change. A genuine smile spreads across her face, but she's left with one question. What kind of feelings are they? Meanwhile, Yang is walking to her doom. She's still trying to figure out her own possessiveness. What is it really about, she wonders. They announce her arrival to the headmaster. She steps into the office and comes face to face with a giant, monocle-wearing chicken. Did I draw the headmaster myself? Our poor girl thinks, completely bewildered. This is the headmaster. The chicken gets straight to business. I'll get straight to the point. Jiang Yang, would you be willing to transfer schools? And he strikes a pose, leaving our girl utterly speechless. The headmaster says she saved everyone, but her actions were a little much. The parents are scared and want her gone. In fact, they'd rather she just leave than find out the truth. This monocled chicken is laying it on thick. He explains that since the parents are all-powerful nobles, a protest is very bad for business. Our girl's brain short-circuits. A parent protest, that's not supposed to happen yet. In the original story, Du's power gets revealed, and two factions try to claim her. Her eyes narrow as she recalls the plot. Both sides play dirty, causing other students to get hurt. They just blame each other, of course. And in the end, it's our poor heroine Du who suffers the most. It's only then that the male leads show up to save her. She gets a brief moment of peace, and two potential love interests appear. Du then has to choose one of them to move the story forward. Our girl is disgusted. It's all just a cheap plot device by lazy writers to force a romance. The headmaster flaps his wings, bringing her back to reality. Teacher Roland asks for her thoughts on transferring schools, but she's not having it. I'm not leaving, she declares. Leaving Du alone in this chaotic world is not an option, but is staying really the right choice? She remembers hurting Du before. She was the one who put those scars on her arm. But the thought of leaving, it's absolutely suffocating. The headmaster warns her that all the parents are against her. This teacher looks so done with this whole situation. He lays out the ultimatum, stay and you'll be under constant surveillance. Outside the academy, they can't guarantee her safety. This chicken means business. The nobles will orchestrate accidents to get rid of her. They'll haunt her every step, until she finally breaks and leaves. So he asks, do you still want to stay? Roland can't believe his ears. Headmaster, threatening a student isn't very gorgeous of you. But our girl just smiles, that's fine. The chicken, perched on Roland's head, squawks that this is a matter of life and death. She gets it, she'll have a chaperone to keep her from hurting anyone. Her eyes are filled with determination. I accept. In fact, she welcomes it. This way she can stay by Du's side without worry, and if the factions are focused on her, they won't target Du. That's excellent, she says with a smile. The chicken is completely stunned. Excellent, did she not hear a word I said? He sighs, defeated. I understand, there's just one path left. He calls for someone to enter the room. Our girl remembers that someone named Alger should be arriving soon. But what is he doing here? And right on cue, a handsome stranger walks in. The headmaster introduces Alger Wilson, son of a duke and a battle-hardened warrior. He will be her new supervisor. Alger extends a hand, but our girl is frozen. This isn't right. Alger is supposed to be guarding DW later in the story. Has this event been moved up too? Ever since Miller showed up, she had a hunch. The entire plot meant for Du was slowly shifting its focus onto her. But why? Before she can protest, a voice screams, I object. It's Du bursting through the door like a hurricane. Yang is mine, she declares, ready for a fight. She launches herself at our girl. Du clings to her, demanding answers. Why is he supervising you? This was supposed to be her plot point. She explains she ran into Miller, who spilled the beans. If you need a supervisor, she says, squeezing tighter, I can do it. She remembers from past timelines that this was how they got closer. I won't let anyone take this opportunity from me. Roland is about to lose his mind. Stardew, you're skipping class again, that's not gorgeous. The headmaster just observes how close the two are. He tells Du the decision is final. This is more than just supervision. The supervisor is also meant to protect her. He knows she used the legendary star power to defeat that hellhound. He remembers the brutal fight. He cast a magical seal to hide her secret, but knows the truth will eventually come out. Before that happens, he needs to find her a reliable partner. Prince Milla refused, so that only leaves Alger. He recalls giving Alger his mission, obtain the star power and save the North. Alger, of course, has his own motives. He knows that power was the real deal and he's not leaving her side. He completely ignores the headmaster's orders. Du argues she's more suited for the job, but our girl shuts her down. I can't allow any more incidents. You can't, she says firmly. This is how she'll keep Du safe. Du is heartbroken, staring in disbelief. Alger smirks at the unfolding drama. I wasn't going to agree with you anyway, he says coolly. The headmaster tries to reason with Jiang Yang, but she's already in motion. In a flash, she has a sword to Alger's throat. He's too weak. I won't be supervised by someone weaker than me, she says, absolutely savage. Alger is in total shock. He can't believe he's being looked down on. Roland is sweating buckets, trying to de-escalate, but Du understands perfectly. Jiang Yang is just scared of losing control and hurting her again, so she walks over to her Xiao Yang and plants a soft kiss on her cheek. Our girl is stunned into silence, completely flustered. Why did you suddenly, she stammers. Du gently takes the sword from her hand. Xiao Yang, looks like you lost, she whispers with a smile. That means I'm your supervisor now. The headmaster forces their hands together, making a deal. With a chicken on his head, he declares, all right, we agree. And just like that, the two are officially partners. Du is absolutely thrilled, thinking the headmaster is a genius. But the chicken on his head knows the truth. Sigh, it's not like we had a choice. The headmaster warns them that in a real fight, even teachers might lose to the powerful Jiang Yang. The girls cling to him, the weight of the mission sinking in. Our girl clenches her jaw. She can't let her precious Du get involved in this mess. But Du is just a ball of sunshine, promising to do her best, completely oblivious. Our heroine grabs her arm, looking dead serious. Excuse me, headmaster, but I need a word with her. The chicken is shocked. In a flash of light, they teleport away, leaving the headmaster stunned. Did they just skip class? The chicken sighs. With students like these, you have a tough job, Teacher Roland. They appear on a secluded balcony, ready for a serious talk. Our girl immediately lays it down. Supervising me is dangerous, you can't get involved. Du is shocked. She came here to help, not get pushed away. Our poor heroine tries to explain. I don't want to see you get hurt. But Du isn't having it. She suddenly pulls our girl into a fierce hug. It's always pretty words with you, she says, her voice trembling, but you're not getting away with it this time. She pulls back, her eyes blazing with emotion. What if someday something dangerous were to happen to me? Would you just stand by and watch? She challenges. Our girl stammers that it's different, that Du is strong. Her cheeks puff out, completely flustered by the compliment. But Du goes for the throat. Strong, you say? Didn't you just lose control? I was the one who saved you. Our girl insists she has it under control now. Du raises an eyebrow, a smirk playing on her lips. Really, Tilda, can you prove it then? Falling right into the trap, our girl puffs her chest out. Okay, what do I have to do? Simple, Tilda, Du says, and with a quick push. She shoves our heroine onto the bed. Until I say so, you're not allowed to move. She looms over her, a dangerous glint in her eyes. If you can do that, then I'll believe you have self-control. Our girl is a blushing, stammering mess. Don't be ridiculous, she whispers, her heart hammering. She can't even look at her, the tension is too much. And then Du makes her move. If you move, you lose, she says, starting to take off her shirt. Our poor heroine is frozen solid, a tomato of pure gay panic. Turns out you're quite impatient, Du teases, her voice a low purr. Our girl's hand hovers, wanting to stop this madness but knowing she can't. She has to stay still. If she moves, Du will win and she'll never hear the end of it. She tries to play it cool, but she's dying inside. Du leans in, her fingers ghosting over our girl's stomach. This shouldn't be too hard. She gets bolder, comparing their sizes with a wicked grin. Du, stop it, our girl pleads, her voice barely a squeak. Her mind is short-circuiting. Why is her heart about to explode? Du leans in, whispering the final rule. Remember, turning your head means you lose too. The sweet scent of Du fills her nose, and our girl is losing the battle. Her inner monologue is just so sweet, so soft on a loop. She tries to end the game. I didn't move, Du, it's over now. But Du just laughs. I really want to mix your scent with mine. This is just the beginning. I think you need to be punished. She starts nibbling on our girl's neck, and the room gets 10 degrees hotter. Luckily, I'm a magical prodigy, Du declares with a chibai grin. And with a flick of her wrist, she uses wind magic to whip off our heroine's top. See Xiao Yang, Tilda, she purrs. Our girl is mortified, trying to cover herself while Du reminds her she can't even speak. This girl is a menace. Okay, let's continue, she says, ready for round 2. I wanted to say this since we first met, Du confesses, her voice thick with emotion. Your smell is so alluring. She leans in closer, completely lost in the moment. Our poor girl can only tremble as Du gets more and more intimate. It looks like we've switched positions compared to the first time we met, Du whispers. Do you like it? She doesn't wait for an answer. I like this position a lot because I can feel your smooth skin. The air crackles with unspoken feelings. Our girl knows she should close her eyes, but she can't look away. Du is relentless, chanting her name like a prayer. The metaphorical cup of water overflows, it's getting intense. The seduction continues under the moonlight. But then something snaps, our girl has had enough. Du smirks victorious. Xiao Yang, you moved, that means you lose. But our girl's eyes are glowing. If you won't listen to reason, then I'll show you just how dangerous the situation is. Du is taken aback. Xiao Yang, are you losing control? She starts to panic. Wait, I'm happy you're so eager, but it's too late, our girl has made her move. Du is left utterly speechless, her face a perfect shade of red. The tables have officially turned. Xiao Yang is in control now. She dives in, her intentions crystal clear. A single flower is all that separates them. Now it's Du's turn to be a blushing, flustered mess. Slow down, Ha Tilda, she pants, completely overwhelmed. No way, she thinks, why is Xiao Yang so good at this? She grips the sheets, feeling like she's about to faint. The hunter has become the prey. Our heroine pulls back, her hair obscuring her eyes, looking absolutely feral. Do you understand the danger now? She asks, her voice low and husky. Du is a puddle on the bed, completely wrecked. If I lose control completely, our girl warns, it will be much worse. She's sure the message has been received. But instead of understanding, Du bursts into tears. Why are you so good at this? She wails. Who did you practice with? Our girl is floored. I didn't practice with anyone, and I would never do that to my cat. Du is not convinced, her mind filled with jealous, shattered images. She just pouts, completely missing the point. Our heroine facepalms, this is not how this was supposed to go. She tries to explain the real stakes, but Du interrupts, I don't mind. Besides, you're still so gentle even when you lose control, Du says, wiping her eyes. I absolutely can't miss this. Our girl gets serious, explaining the political war between the old and new factions of the empire. They will use the people I care about to threaten me, she says desperately. I don't want you to get caught up in this. Du pauses, the words sinking in, and then a horrifying realization hits her. Everything Xiao Yang is describing are events from her previous lives. But this time she didn't reveal her power, Xiao Yang did. Did Xiao Yang absorb some of her star power? Her eyes widen in terror. Flashbacks of past tragedies assault her. All the horrible things that happened to her. The monster attacks, the betrayals, the fights for her life. The things that were supposed to happen to me, she realizes with dawning horror, are now happening to Xiao Yang. And it clicks, Xiao Yang knew, she knew this would happen all along. Her world shatters as she looks at the girl in front of her. Who exactly are you, Xiao Yang? What do you know and why? Our girl is starting to get suspicious. She wonders if Xiao Yang knows something about the future. After all, her friend wouldn't keep secrets from her, right? Especially not if she truly wants her to be happy. She lays the perfect trap with a seemingly innocent question. Faced with those trusting eyes, Xiao Yang's excuses completely fall apart. She can barely get a word out. Instead, she just apologizes. Our heroine is completely confused. Apologizing for what? Xiao Yang drops a bombshell. It's my fault you're feeling unhappy. She gently touches our girl's arm. And suddenly it all clicks. The unhappiness, is she talking about the time loops? Xiao Yang confesses everything. She saw what would happen but just stood by and watched our poor girl suffer. She says the world is changing and it's not just a game anymore. But the pain is real, carved into everyone's soul. The misunderstanding is catastrophic. Do you think Xiao Yang knew about her loops the whole time? Xiao Yang tries to explain, but it's too late. The betrayal hits her like a truck. This is worse than anything her supposed friends ever did. Her chest feels tight, like it's been frozen solid. She can't believe Xiao Yang would do this to her. Every single breath is agony. Xiao Yang cups her face, trying to comfort her, but Du's world is spinning. She sought out Xiao Yang to find a way out. So why doesn't knowing the truth bring her any relief? Tears stream down her face as she questions everything. Xiao Yang just looks on, heartbroken. She pulls her closer, a desperate attempt to soothe her pain. Du remembers the undeniable sense of safety she felt from the very beginning. An instinct that just kept pulling her closer. Suddenly, Xiao Yang panics, going full Chibai mode and promising to protect her forever. But Du is over it, she doesn't care about that. And then she has a realization. Xiao Yang is acting like it's the very first loop. She immediately demands to know what she meant by past and future. Grabbing her arm, she insists on an answer. Xiao Yang starts listing off events, the destruction of her clan, learning magic, passing the academy entrance exam. Wait a minute, our girl realizes these are all things that happen in every single loop. Is that what she meant by unhappiness? A massive wave of relief washes over her. Xiao Yang doesn't know her true secret after all. She feels so much better, even though she's no closer to breaking the cycle. But she almost forgot to ask the most important question. How do you know all this, and why do you want to protect me? Yang is cagey, blaming it on magic and deciding not to reveal the truth about the game. As for protecting her, I just felt like I should. Smooth, real smooth. Du is not impressed by this non-answer. She feels like Yang's intense gaze can see right through her. Du presses on, asking how she even plans to protect her. Yang grabs her hand, and a strange power suddenly activates. She's just as shocked as Du. How did she just use star power? A memory flashes through her mind. A younger Du in the rain. And a small child whose face was her own. Du snaps her out of it, asking if she's all right. She's stunned. She asks the one question that could change everything. Du, have we met before? The question hangs in the air, echoing in the quiet room. Du is just as confused, have we? Just when they think they have answers, more chaotic questions appear. Yang's mind is racing, the memories don't make sense. Cerberus shouldn't have been there, this isn't that kind of game. She wonders if it's a butterfly effect or if her own memories are corrupted. Du notices her friend is lost in thought, and a brilliant, chaotic idea forms in our girl's head. If the future is uncertain, there's no reason to stay away from Yang. She leans in close, a mischievous glint in her eyes. Yang is immediately flustered, blushing up a storm. The teasing is just too much for her to handle. Du calls her out, loving every second of this. Poor Yang is about to short-circuit. She tries to deny it, but it's no use. Du points out that she's not so tough herself. Our girl is bright red. It's a draw, she declares. Du wants another round, but Yang refuses. She pouts, accusing her of trying to run away. It's for your safety, Yang insists, not very convincingly. So Du proposes another bet, which is also shot down immediately. She can see right through her. Yang is worried about what's coming. So she makes a deal. If Yang's predictions come true, she'll stay away. Yang reluctantly agrees. But if she's wrong, she has to do whatever Du says. The stakes are high. Yang just wants to be let go. But Du reminds her that as supervisor, she needs to keep a very asterisk close watch. For the next 2 weeks, Yang is a perfect oracle. She predicts poison food and hidden ambushes, foiling them with ease. She even calls out a recruitment offer before it happens. The guys are just left standing there completely confused. Du starts to get worried. At this rate, she's going to lose the bet for sure. But Yang is also worried, realizing she might actually win and lose Du in the process. She finds herself wanting to keep Du by her side no matter what. Why does she have this overwhelming instinct to protect her? Du notices her spacing out again. Yang plays it cool, blaming it on the weather. But elsewhere in a realm of data, a mysterious figure watches over them. She declares that the world needs a heroine. With a sinister smile, she decides it's time to ramp things up. She pulls up a system interface, ready to unleash more chaos. The system administrator is back online, folks. And oh boy, has her power level gone through the roofs. She can finally influence the entire game's course. She plans to patch this broken world back together. With a smug smile, she declares it's time for the grand finale. But wait, something's already gone off script. Ah, the good old butterfly effect, she chirps. She wonders what kind of chaos this new change will bring. Looks like we're back in the academy. Our girls are in class, but the vibe is tense. The teacher puts Yang on the spot. He sneers, asking why her plan to fight magical beasts was just to stay. His question echoes through the library or her memory. Du can tell something is seriously wrong with her girl. She knows Yang loves class more than anything. But Yang just brushes her off, looking completely broken. Our poor heroine is so confused. Did she do something wrong? Yang finally whispers an answer, saying she's all right. Then she drops a bomb. She can't stop thinking about Du. Our girl is completely flustered, her little ears popping out. Yang panics, blaming it on those extra memories. Du immediately shouts, "Don't think like that." Just then, an assistant interrupts. The headmaster has finished the investigation into the beast attack. Du has to pretend she doesn't already know who was behind it. The assistant announces it was a student who got rejected from the school. The gorgeous teacher scoffs at such an ungorgeous character. This isn't right. Yang knows the world is adapting again. The Hira family has no reason to target Du now. But Du is spiraling. Yang's reaction means she was involved somehow. Something feels incredibly off. The assassin definitely said he was hired by the Hira family. The teacher asks Du what's wrong. Our girl clutches her stomach, faking a sudden illness. She tells Yang not to wait for her and bolts out of the classroom. She can't tell Yang what's happening. Time for some solo investigation. Our girl goes full-on necromancer, summoning the dead assassin right in the middle of the courtyard. She has to get to the bottom of this herself. It's summoning magic time. She gets straight to the point, grabbing the spirit by his ethereal chain. "Who hired you?" she demands. He tells her it was a minor noble who was rejected by the academy. She's not buying it for a second. "You told me it was the Hira family last time." She's done playing games. She activates soul interrogation, ripping the truth straight from his spirit. He screams that he was sent by the Hira household. But then his confession glitches, the words changing in his mouth. He repeats, a minor noble did it. Du realizes what's happening. Someone is altering his memories, and now they're coming for hers. A wave of red energy hits her, and she collapses in agony. That was close. Something just tried to rewrite her mind. She knows this power doesn't belong to Yang. It's the system admin making her move. Du knows what she has to do. She has to find Hira. With a flick of her wrist, she dismisses the tormented soul. Back in potions class, Du is lost in thought. That mysterious power from enhancing beasts to altering memories, it's getting stronger. Did the Hira family somehow intervene in the school's investigation? She decides she'll just have to ask Hira herself. Yang watches her concerned. Du, what's on your mind? Our girl stammers that it's nothing. She quickly makes an excuse to skip dinner, plastering on a fake smile. Yang can see right through it. She asks if Du needs help. Du cheerfully says no, it's just a trivial matter. But inside, she finally understands why Yang pushed her away at first. She's trying to protect her from trouble, but Yang's heart aches. Does Du not trust me? As Du turns to leave, Yang calls out. As she reaches for her hand, Du tries to wave it off as a small matter. But Yang isn't asking questions. Instead, she offers Du a small bottle. It's a modified, tasteless truth serum that will work better. Du is floored. You're not gonna question me. Yang just gives her a knowing, trusting smile. Later, can we still have dinner together? Our girl is flustered, thinking Yang is really different. She confronts her, asking what she wants in return for her help. After all, her past lives taught her that nothing is free. She's used to people demanding something from her. Yang is just confused by this logic. Is she just being dense, or is there more to it? She tells our girl she's already given her enough. The prize was just her happiness. And with that, our poor heroine just melts. She's completely flustered. She's heard so many confessions before. Men have sworn their swords and their lives to her. But this is the first time her heart feels so full it stings. Yang notices her tearing up and asks what's wrong. She just pulls our girl into a tight hug. I'm so glad it was you who appeared, she whispers. She promises they'll have dinner later, and our girl can only watch her go. Yang promises to tell her everything after she resolves things with the Hira family. She closes her eyes, cherishing the moment. Wait for me, Yang thinks, determined. Elsewhere, Lady Hira is stressing out over her studies. She wishes her brilliant assistant Jacqueline was here to help. Speak of the devil, well, not quite, it's our girl Stardew. Hira is so shocked she literally chokes on her cupcake. Stardew rushes to help her, handing her a cup of tea. Phase 1 of the plan, success. She lets Hira catch her breath, and then immediately drops a bomb. Why do you want to kill me and Yang? She asks point blank. She activates a truth-telling magic circle ready for the confession. But Hira just looks at her like she's grown a second head. Are you sick? Should I call a doctor? Stardew is completely baffled. Did the serum not work? Oh, it worked all right. Hira suddenly blurts out, I like Prince Miller. She's absolutely mortified, covering her face in shame. The serum is working, just not on the question Stardew asked. She pivots, asking who Hira spoke to before the dance. It could only be Prince Miller or her assistant Jacqueline. The name clicks, Jacqueline. Stardew remembers the spirit only said the culprit was from the Hira household, not Hira herself. And she remembers Jacqueline's friends defending her at the dress shop. She was so close to the truth and missed it. A wicked little smile spreads across her face. Could Jacqueline have used the Hira family name to do her dirty work? She asks Hira where to find this mysterious assistant. Hira says Jacqueline is usually working at the estate. She isn't a student because she has to support her family. Hira gushes about how talented Jacqueline is. She doesn't sound like a villain at all. In fact, Hira's father is even considering adopting her. Hira dreams of a world where commoners like Jacqueline can succeed. Seeing her so hopeful, our girl thinks Hira and the prince are a perfect match. But then Hira snaps back to reality. Wait, what was that about killing? Oh, busted. Stardew panics and uses dark magic to wipe Hira's memory. Hira is left dazed and confused, wondering what just happened. Stardew walks away, her mind racing. Just what does this Jacqueline have to do with everything? Meanwhile, Yang is preparing for a ritual of her own. She stands in the middle of a massive magic circle, thinking back to her emotional hug with Stardew. She has to figure out what's wrong with her memories now. She activates a memory search spell, and the room lights up. Visions of her past flash by. From infancy to the present, it all seems perfectly normal. But then a mysterious voice asks, where exactly did you come from? A bizarre, glitchy memory appears. It's a memory fragment from before this life. She sees herself facing Stardew in a strange, modern-looking world. Stardew says her clothes were based on a design from her childhood. This has to be before she transmigrated. Suddenly, she sees a vision of a girl falling through a sea of digital code, getting electrocuted. Jangyong is stunned into silence, watching this impossible scene unfold. What is this, she wonders. She looks closer at her own clothes in the vision and spots some kind of stitching mark. Our girl is sorting through her memories, but nothing makes sense. Where did these new memories come from, and where did her old ones go? She decides to stop searching for the past. Instead, she'll look for clues in her new memories. And all those new memories seem to revolve around one person, Du. Maybe spending more time with her is the key to everything. Meanwhile, Du is having a very dramatic breakfast. She thought confronting her problems would solve everything, but she's made zero progress. She viciously attacks her steak, a perfect metaphor for her frustration. She still needs to investigate the Hira estate, but sneaking in is going to be nearly impossible. The first Duke of the Empire is ridiculously rich and powerful. We're talking half the Empire's riches, overflowing treasure chests. His security must be absolutely insane. Ugh, just thinking about it is a total hassle. Suddenly, a voice asks if she solved the matter yet. It's Jangyong, appearing like a beautiful ghost behind her. Du is completely caught off guard by the sudden closeness. Not yet, she breathes, totally flustered. But if sneaking into the Duke's estate is what it takes to protect Jangyong, then it's worth it. All right, she decides, her resolve hardening. Jangyong leans in even closer, her face full of concern. What exactly happened, she asks gently. Du explains there's something wrong with her memories. Meanwhile, Jangyong is just thinking, this position, I can't get up. Turns out just 2 minutes ago, our girl was plotting. Her brilliant plan was to get more contact with Du. But then Du suddenly appeared and pulled her into a desperate hug, thinking Jangyong was there to comfort her. Not that kind of contact. Jangyong thinks mortified, but she has to admit seeing this vulnerable side of Du is amazing. Usually, she's the one who needs protecting. But that day, Du was the one who protected her. Back in the present, Du asks if she's triggered any new memories. So you have memory problems too? Du asks, confused. Jangyong just says, Du, you can let go of me now. But Du is feeling playful. How can I let go? You're the one that started it this time. Then she gets an idea. Jangyong want to give it a try. And she leans in, closing the distance between them. The air crackles with tension as they get impossibly close. They sit down for a meal, the moment having passed. But Du can't stop thinking about it. She can't resist the feeling of Jangyong's lips. She agrees to whatever Jangyong has planned, unable to resist the hope in her heart. Jangyong's honesty just makes her impossible to say no to. See you tonight, Du whispers, her plan solidifying. To protect her sweet, innocent Jangyong, she will eliminate every single risk. Later that night, Du stands on a rooftop overlooking the Hira estate. She's got her game face on. Get the truth, tells Jangyong, then have some lovey-dovey time. She's all fired up. Then she immediately casts a sleep spell on the entire mansion. All the guards and even the dogs drop like flies. Our girl sneaks in, a tiny ninja in a massive palace. She checks room after room, but her target is nowhere to be found. Strange, she thinks, this is the Duke's estate, so why can't I find Jacqueline? She finds a map on the wall and her jaw drops. The estate doesn't just include the mansion. It includes all the surrounding mountains. She panics, her sleep spell can't possibly cover an area that large. Suddenly, a voice calls out to her. She's been found. The Duke's magic guards appear, their spells glowing. The intruder has been dealt with, one reports, as a blast of magic shatters a window. But the guards are confused, it missed. No, it was clone magic. Back in her room, the real Du feels the impact. Even though it was just a clone, the damage transfers to her. She coughs up blood, clutching her chest. She can't let Jangyong see her like this. She never imagined the Duke's estate would be this massive. Money truly is the most powerful magic of all. Realizing her clone can't be far, she quickly uses cleaning magic to get rid of the blood. No time to worry about that now. She rushes to meet Jangyong, who's waiting patiently in her pajamas. Have you been waiting long? Du asks, trying to act normal. She puts on her brightest smile, insisting the timing is perfect. But oh no, she got too excited. She coughs again, and this time blood splatters from her lips. Jangyong's eyes widen in absolute horror. Du tries to brush it off, coughing, I'm fine. But the memory of another time she was injured flashes before her eyes. Du rushes over, shouting Jangyong's name. She grabs our girl, asking if she's unwell. Without waiting for an answer, she casts healing magic. But Jangyong is lost in a vision. A memory of her master sacrificing herself. She's being pushed away, told to live for herself. Her master's apprentice is screaming in protest, cursing the cold-hearted villain who orchestrated this. Jangyong snaps back to reality with a cry. She's in Du's arms, but her mind is still reeling. Du is baffled, the healing magic had no effect. Our poor heroine looks up dazed and whispers, Master. The moment she recognizes Du, she lunges forward. She tackles her with a desperate hug, sobbing, Master. They both go tumbling onto the bed. Du thinks this is not how she fantasized this would happen. and she definitely didn't want it to be this tragic. Yang apologizes, explaining it was a new memory. Turns out spending time together was a little *2* effective. The emotional whiplash was just too much to handle. A whole chaotic cocktail of feelings hit her at once. Du listens intently, her expression serious. Yang asks a critical question, did that person look like Du? Du confirms it, they looked exactly the same. The thought of this connection makes Yang uneasy. Du sees the tears welling up in her eyes and gently wipes one away from her cheek. Our girl admits she's terrified. She's afraid of being separated from Du all over again. Du says there's no way, but she's still going to worry. She leans in close, her voice a soft whisper. Her heart is pounding, her thoughts are a mess. And she calls this worry a trophy, girl what? She then makes a bold suggestion, let's search for more memories right now. Yang gets flustered, isn't this a bit inappropriate? But she understands and reaches for Du's hand. They join hands over the golden goblet, but then Du leans in for a surprise attack. Yang is blushing furiously, thinking she only wanted to protect Du. Du's inner monologue is screaming, how is this not a villainous move? They fall into a deep, passionate embrace. For the first time, Yang is fully conscious for this, and words cannot describe the feeling, because for every single one of her actions, she gets a delicious reaction from Du. A wave of pure satisfaction washes over her. Her touch is gentle, almost teasing, but for Du it feels more intense than ever before. She can't take it, letting out a soft moan. And our Yandere heroine thinks there's something wrong with me, because she wants to hear Du lose control even more. She tells Du to just relax and let go. But Du can only whisper one word more. Yang is more than happy to give her what she wants. The room is filled with nothing but their soft breaths. The tension builds until it finally breaks. They collapse into a final searing kiss. After a moment, Yang pulls back. She asks if Du recovered any new memories. And Yang gives the most blatant lie ever, no, none. Du just smiles slyly, oh well, what a shame, Tilda. Her inner Chibai is cackling, having totally won that round. But Yang has a serious question about the memories. She's worried about the other person in her vision, and hopes that whatever is going on won't hurt Du. Just then Du coughs and there's blood on her hand. Yang is horrified, asking what happened. Du tries to play it cool, blaming a magic mishap. She can't let her precious Yang worry. But Yang knows her soul was injured and begs her not to be reckless. Du gives a shaky laugh and promises. But inside, she's already breaking that promise. Yang just wants to help, to be relied on more. The plea touches Du's heart. She agrees and pulls our girl into a hug. But her mind is already made up, this is the last lie. She vows to end this and fast. Her Chibai form breaks the fourth wall, yelling at the author not to jinx it. She confesses that her thoughts are all over the place because of Yang. And having our girl worry about her is like a trophy. She asks if Yang understands. Our poor heroine is just lying there, completely stunned by this intense confession. Her brain is short-circuiting. Du just keeps saying the most incredible things. She knows she needs to respond to these feelings properly, but her heart is pounding. The next morning, she wakes up to a gentle touch. But when she opens her eyes, Du is already fully dressed and by the window. Du apologizes, saying she has something important to do today and has to leave early. Our girl notices she's not in her uniform, but man, she still looks adorable. She decides to wait for a better time to confess, but this becomes a pattern. The next day, it's the same story. Du has to go somewhere mysterious again. She just smiles, saying she woke up early. And with a quick see you tonight, she's gone, leaving our girl behind. An entire week passes like this, and Yang is getting seriously worried. She sits in class, wondering if she should just confront Du and ask what's going on. The teacher suddenly calls on Stardew to demonstrate some magic. But wait, it's a clone. The real Du whispers to our girl to cover for her, and she just agrees. So our poor heroine is left all alone again, eating by herself. She goes through her classes, feeling the emptiness beside her. That night, she lies in bed, staring at the ceiling. Du still hasn't come back, and the worry is eating her alive. She curls up, feeling small and lonely. Something feels off. Without Du, the room suddenly feels way too big and empty. She wanders over to the window, hoping to see her return. She clutches a pillow, probably trying to get a whiff of Du's scent. It hurts that Du still won't tell her the truth about what's happening. Meanwhile, outside the Duke's residence, a chaotic plan is underway. Du is literally trying to dig her way back to her girlfriend. She's complaining that she just wants to be with Yang at night. Is that too much to ask? But determination fills her eyes. She's not giving up. She tried sneaking in before, but the security is absolutely insane. She was caught and tied up by surveillance doves. Okay, that's a new one. So digging a tunnel is her only option left. This is true dedication. With a mighty heave, she gets to work. Nothing will stop this girl from getting back to her roomie. And just like that, she's done. The tunnel is complete. She lays down a massive magic circle at the end of her tunnel. With a smug look, she admits defeat for now, but she has one last trick. She sends a tiny clone of herself through, flipping the bird. What a savage. And with a puff of smoke, her plan is complete. She stumbles into the room, covered in dirt but victorious. She finds her target, Jangyong, sound asleep in bed. Our girl looks so peaceful and Du just watches her quietly. She tiptoes over, trying not to wake her up. Gently, she sits on the edge of the bed. She buries her face in the pillow and takes a huge sniff. It smells like her Jangyong. She just melts into the pillow, feeling totally healed by the scent. But plot twist, our girl wasn't asleep at all. She sits up, looking at the exhausted, dirt-covered girl beside her. She gently touches Du's cheek, thinking about how much she's been through. She doesn't say anything, but her eyes say it all. Please don't get hurt. A soft green light envelops Du as Jangyong uses restoration magic. All the dirt and scratches on her clothes and skin just vanish. She whispers to the now sleeping Du to finish her business quickly and come back safely. Holding her clothes, she admits that she tried to be patient. But she's just not as strong as she thought. She misses her too much. The next morning, Du wakes up in a total panic, realizing she's late for class. She bolts upright, looking around frantically. Jangyong, she calls out, but there's no answer. Then she spots a note left on the pillow. Jangyong already got her excused from class. Du swoons at how considerate she is. Later that day, Du is pacing outside, trying to figure out her next move. Suddenly, a familiar voice calls out to her. It's Teacher Roland. He makes a weird comment about it being the ungorgeous Stardew asterisk this asterisk time. Our girl immediately panics. Did he see through her clone magic in class? She plays dumb, but the teacher is not having it. He calls her out immediately, saying he's not blind to a simple clone spell. Du is busted, absolutely busted. The teacher then adds that her clone couldn't hide Jangyong's lonely expression. Du is shocked Jangyong was lonely because of her. The man drops some serious truth bombs about Jiang Yang. He says the gorgeous girl is actually quite pitiful. Our heroine flashes back to finding her friend unconscious and alone. It all clicks into place, so that's why Jangyong is the way she is. He continues, saying she needs someone to entrust her life to, but he's just an old man, so he'll stop talking now. He waves goodbye, leaving our girl to her thoughts. She just stands there processing everything. Her mind is a chaotic mess. She's been so focused on securing their happiness in the future, but she realizes she's such an idiot. For the sake of some distant future, she gave up the present with Jangyong. And now she sees that was completely meaningless. She clenches her jaw, filled with regret. Being with Jangyong is the only thing she truly wants. Meanwhile, Jangyong is taking a stroll. She senses someone behind her. Du, she calls out. But it's not our girl, it's Alger. He immediately gets on her case, asking what her supervisor is doing. So you've been following me, she asks, unimpressed. He argues that if the worst happens, she won't be able to stop it alone. But he could at least buy time for others to escape. Jangyong just gives him a blank stare. This boy is acting strange. He's way too concerned for a side character. She asks him point blank, are you really Alger? He's taken aback by the question. She sighs, deciding it must just be another change to the world. He tells her that if she's so worried, she should just stay by their side. His eyes flare with sudden intensity. He gets right in her face, looking frustrated. I don't have the right, he grits out. But you have the chance now, why don't you cherish it? Jangyong is totally confused. Why is he so angry? He demands to know if she's not concerned about what Stardew has been doing. Don't you like her? He yells. She hits back with a savage question of her own. Haven't you ever had something you couldn't say, even to someone you like? His face freezes. She hit a nerve. A flashback hits him of another girl with flowing blonde hair. Jangyong calmly states, so we're the same. The tension between them is thick. Suddenly, a voice calls out Jangyong. It's our girl, Stardew, and she looks like she just ran a marathon. She crashes into Jangyong, sobbing, I'm sorry, I'm such an idiot. She clings to her tightly. The book she was carrying falls to the ground. Jangyong returns the hug. Yes, but so am I. Stardew looks up, tears in her eyes, and smiles. Good thing you like idiots too. Our girls finally have their moment. Alger just stands there watching them embrace. The third wheel energy is palpable. He's clearly heartbroken. Stardew pulls back, ready to confess. It's now or never, I have to tell her everything. She takes a deep breath. Jangyong, actually I. And of course, the worst possible timing. There you are, Stardew, Jiang Yang. Our girl is absolutely livid. Did she really have to come right now? It's Hira and she's brought a friend. The new girl introduces herself as Princess Hira. She's here to thank them for helping Hira out. Apparently, they helped Hira's fan club and brought her and Charles closer. Hira is dying of embarrassment. Stardew just smiles awkwardly, thinking how she only did it to get closer to Jangyong. As a thank you, Sia presents them with an invitation. Stardew is about to have an aneurysm. All her hard work to get into the Hira residence for nothing. Jangyong asks if it's appropriate for people of their status. Sia explains it's not a formal party, just a small private birthday gathering. Basically, it's a slumber party. Just 3 or 4 girls. Jangyong remembers this event from the original story. But things are different now, it shouldn't be dangerous. Stardew, however, is panicking. How am I supposed to slip away and find Jacqueline with so few people? The hero residence has super tight security. Seeing her friend's distress, Jangyong reaches for her hand. If you don't want to go, I'll decline for you. Our girl looks at their joined hands, her heart swelling. She realizes she's made the same mistake again. She's not alone anymore, she has someone she can rely on. She leans in close, whispering possessively, I just don't want others to see Jangyong's private side. The other girls are just standing there watching this chaotic display. Jangyong blushes and tells them she won't be attending. Hira and Sia are completely shocked. But Stardew grabs her arm. No, we were going to experience many things together, right, Jangyong? She holds their hands together, looking at her with pleading eyes. Help me out, Jangyong, she whimpers. A soft smile plays on Jangyong's lips. I'd be happy to. Our two heroines are having a sweet moment together. And of course, someone's watching from the sidelines. The silver-haired girl notes how close they are. And her companion just says, indeed. The blonde woman seems a bit wary of this new guy. He offers to send a carriage for them tomorrow night. The other girl pipes up saying her gift won't be expensive. But our blonde heroine thinks that sounds a little suspicious. Later that day, the silver-haired girl returns home, absolutely beaming. I'm back, Jacqueline, she announces happily. Her maid notes she's back early. She asks Jacqueline to prepare some cake for her friends tomorrow. The maid freezes, hearing the names Stardew and Jiang Yang. Suddenly, a mysterious woman appears, floating menacingly. She smirks, saying she knew they'd come for the little assassin. The future Jacqueline dreads is inching closer. In the tray's reflection, the maid sees herself holding a knife. The woman reminds her of their little deals. We flash back to how they met. This woman just appeared out of nowhere and struck a deal with her. She even foretold the future, which all came true. But Jacqueline still wonders if she can trust her. But when her lady calls for her, she makes up her mind. She has to trust her to protect her own future. Jacqueline's eyes harden with resolve. Meanwhile, the mysterious woman smirks from her digital void. She hopes her blade will be sharp enough this time. Back at the dorms, our girls are getting ready for the party. Jangyong suddenly says she wants to look around the Hira estate. Stardew is confused. Jangyong gets serious, saying she'll even take truth serum to prove she's telling the truth. But Stardew just smiles, completely trusting her. She gives her a little cheek poke because she's just that adorable. Jangyong then drops a bombshell. She was sent by someone from the Hira household, a boy whose memories were altered. She swears it's the truth. She explains that the power that changed him was the same one she felt at the dance. Stardew listens intently. Power could she mean when the Hellhound appeared? Jangyong continues, wondering if there's something more going on. Something she didn't notice. If she didn't notice, it means they might be stronger than her. And that strange woman might be from the Hira household. Stardew's eyes widen in realization as she remembers the woman from the dance. Yes, a strange woman. She quickly tells Jangyong what happened. During the dance, a woman appeared on the ceiling. She revived the monster Jangyong had just killed, making it even stronger. Jangyong is stunned such a being exists. She immediately asks what she looked like. Stardew admits she couldn't see clearly, but she had black hair just like Jangyong. Jangyong completely freezes. Stardew asks what's wrong, seeing her friend so worried. Jangyong trembles. How is that possible? She takes Stardew's hands, reminding her that she knows things about this world. And in the world she knows, there are no other black-haired characters in the asset library. Who is she? Stardew processes this shocking information. She realizes that in all her previous timelines, she's never seen this woman either. This is the first time, and another person she's seen for the first time is Jangyong. Could there be a connection? Jangyong realizes Stardew probably left her behind before to protect her. She apologizes, I'm sorry. Stardew is confused, sorry for what? Jangyong admits she used to think keeping Stardew away from danger was for the best. But she never considered her feelings. She promises she won't make that mistake again. Let's face this together, okay? Stardew's heart melts. She's so moved she can't even speak. She just tackles her bestie with a massive hug. On the day of the birthday party, their carriage arrives. They approach the barrier where Stardew always got stuck before, but this time with Jangyong there. They pass through it with ease. It's time to begin the plan. Stardew puts her trust in Jangyong. Jangyong tells her to be careful. She then uses a shape-shifting technique, and in a flash of light creates a perfect double of Stardew. They look completely identical. Stardew is amazed, but Jangyong reminds her to focus on the plan. Stardew agrees, though she's a little sad her own body isn't that fun. She asks if they can use hair from the transformed body for the puppet. Jangyong says it's fine and ties the hair to a straw doll. This should do it, she says, looking confident. The two of them sit together, ready for the next phase. But suddenly, Stardew gets a strange feeling. Something feels off. Jangyong looks over, sensing her unease. What's wrong? The carriage finally pulls up to the massive estate. Inside, our girls are looking tense. This whole undercover mission is getting to them. The driver announces they are at the main gate. Stardew and Jangyong share a look of relief, finally. Our girl clutches her chest, preparing for the next step of the plan. She casts a shrinking spell on herself. Stardew whispers to the tiny version of her friend, remember the plan. But poor Jangyong is trembling with nerves. Stardew asks if she's unwell. I'm fine, she squeaks out, not sounding fine at all. Stardew points out her voice is shaky. Our girl blushes, making a quick excuse about being ticklish. She begs Tiny Do to stay a little further away. But Do is feeling chaotic, I can't do that. She smirks, realizing she's found a new weakness to exploit. She leans in close, whispering in her ear. Jangyong is so sensitive, she teases. Our poor heroine is bright red, begging her to stop. But Do is just getting started, suggesting they go even further. Suddenly, the carriage lurches to a halt. Little Do goes flying through the air. Jangyong peeks out the window, startled. The driver announces their arrival, just in time for Jangyong to make a heroic catch. Tiny Do thanks her sweetly. Jangyong gives her a little poke on the forehead. That's her punishment for being a menace. But Do just swoons, loving how soft she is. This only makes her want to tease Jangyong more. She laments that it's not the right time for more fun. There won't be another time, Jangyong warns. The carriage door swings open. Two elegant ladies are there to greet them. They welcome Lady Jiang Yang and Miss Stardew. The silver-haired girl Hira greets them with a smile, but she notices Stardew's flushed face and asks if she's unwell. Our girl is totally busted. Your face is bright red, Hira points out as they exit the carriage. Stardew stammers that she's fine, really. Hira suggests going inside to talk, away from the wind. Jangyong thinks her hostess is completely clueless. Hira introduces her friend and housekeeper, Jacqueline. She'll help them get settled and changed. The maid, Jacqueline, gives them an intense stare. I hope we can spend an unforgettable night together. Tiny Do immediately goes feral. Who would want to spend the night with you? Later, Jacqueline leads them to their room with a candle. Jangyong politely shoos her away. She and Do look around, amazed by the sheer luxury. The Hira estate is absolutely huge, and their walk-in closet is the size of a normal bedroom. Our girls are totally speechless. Jangyong decides they need to get changed quickly. She asks if she should dress the substitute puppet, meaning Do. Sure, she says, letting the tiny chaos goblin hop off her shoulder. Jangyong wonders why Do seems so incredibly happy about this. Oh no, Do is going full creep mode. She realizes this is her chance to admire Jangyong's body up close. The little pervert is ready to pounce. Jangyong, here I come. Our girl quickly snatches her up, not today, Satan. She decides she'll just change by herself. Do whines that she can use magic to help, but Jangyong reminds her they are undercover. Do's evil plans are foiled so close. Jangyong starts to undress Stardew's body. Then it hits her, she's undressing her own body. And doing it right in front of Do is making her short circuit. She takes a deep breath and gets serious. Time to get this over with. But her mind is racing with embarrassing thoughts. She prays Do can't read her mind right now. Too late, Do is on the floor, absolutely swooning. Finally, the change is complete. Stardew looks absolutely stunning in the simple nightgown. Do is shot through the heart by the sheer cuteness. She goes on a long, poetic tangent about how perfect Jangyong is, comparing her to everything from fairy tales to fresh bread. This girl is down bad. Now it's Do's turn to get dressed. Jangyong asks which outfit she'd like to wear. Do says anything is fine. After all, dressing herself isn't nearly as fun as dressing Jangyong. And then a light bulb goes off in her head. Could it be that Jangyong is nervous because she's dressing her? Meanwhile, Jangyong is just relieved she can pick a loose outfit. She's trying to minimize physical contact because she's so flustered. Do tries to backtrack, saying she was just excited about the clothes. She laments that she'll never get to wear them. Then a mischievous idea strikes her. Jangyong, could you put on a whole outfit and describe how it feels? The system fairy pops up, telling Jangyong to get a move on. There are important things to do and she needs to change. Our girl just blushes, saying she knows. The fairy then asks what outfit would actually suit our poor heroine. A very good question. Jangyong ponders this for a moment. Even though she's designed countless outfits for Do, her mind is a total blank. She flashes back to seeing Do sleeping peacefully. A soft smile appears on her face. She decides Do looks good in literally anything. This is the correct answer and Do is absolutely thrilled. But then Jangyong makes a move. She starts undressing Do right there in the closet. Our poor heroine tries to fight her off, but it's no use. She says they're close, but not this close. Jangyong then starts describing the nightgown she designed. She goes into excruciating detail about the material. Do is listening, completely captivated. Jangyong explains the fabric won't leave any marks on her skin, and Do is getting very interested in this description. She then brings up how sensitive Do's body is, how even the slightest touch will cause a reaction. Do is basically melting at this point. Oh, Yang, this is getting spicy. She's getting way too close for comfort. She even picked out a full coverage bra. Why? Because she remembered Do enjoyed wearing one like that before. The level of detail is just wow, and Do is absolutely living for this chaotic energy. Finally, Yang announces she's done. Do is just like, that's it. As expected, Yang picked the perfect outfit. A servant announces their arrival. Lady Hira and Miss Jangyong are here. Inside, Hira and another lady are waiting for them. Our girls make their grand entrance. Hira is immediately struck by how cute they look. She smiles, welcoming them in. She tells them not to be so formal, but she can't help but notice that Miss Stardew seems a little quiet today. Our girl quickly denies it. She claims she's just a little overwhelmed since it's her first time. But inside, Yang is noticing how close Do and Hira seem to be. Hira doesn't buy it for a second. They're all just sitting around chatting, it's not that scary. Our girl nervously agrees. Meanwhile, her little system fairy is off on a mission. She floats around the Duke's estate looking for clues. But there's no trace of that strange person's power. What is going on in this place? Suddenly, she hears a noise. Who's there? She sees a figure running away down the hall. Oh, such an obvious trap. She's not going to fall for that. But she'll play along for now. And with a burst of speed, she gives chase. Back at the party, the girls are enjoying some cake. Yang takes the opportunity to do some digging. She asks if anything strange has happened recently. Hira wants to know why she's asking. Yang explains that after the dance, she suspects someone is pulling strings from the shadows. And that person is likely targeting Hira, but the blonde girl just laughs it off. Nothing strange could possibly happen here. She explains that because of their high status, any incident would be a very big deal. Yang's mind races. If there are no new people, then the culprit must already be here. She asks if the staff has always been the same. Hira, enjoying her dessert, confirms they have. The staff has been around since before her father was Duke. Yang then zeroes in on the maid, Jacqueline. Our girl realizes she knows nothing about her background. Hira explains Jacqueline was falsely accused of being a thief by some nobles. The nobles never even apologized after she was cleared. Worried they might retaliate, Hira decided to keep her at the estate. What a good kid. The blonde girl adds that this is how Hira met Prince Charles. He tried to help but was punished by the emperor for disrupting the banquet. The incident only made him more determined to create a fair system. Isn't that just so admirable? Hira gets all blushy, describing love like being struck by gravity magic. But our girl just deadpans. I don't think I've ever felt that. The room goes silent. Hira, flustered, asks what love feels like to her then. Yang looks over at Do, her expression unreadable. Like dying, she says, the other two are completely floored. Yang begins to explain, when we first met, she was my savior. She helped with all the difficulties she was facing. Things like performance reviews. As they spent time together, she saw what a kind and gentle person Do was. A guiding light. I love her, she says, but it's more out of a sense of responsibility. The maid is justifiably confused. Yang continues, talking about how they were separated. She went to the cultivation world while Do stayed behind. When they met again, she had changed a lot. She looks at Hira. If you think love is like being struck by magic, then my feelings for her are more like a memory flashes through her mind, of being intrinsically connected, existing because of her. Like a precious part of herself has finally returned. In a hazy memory, he realized he didn't understand his own feelings for her. He just knew that when he saw her again, it felt like fireworks. His body acted on its own, reaching for her without a second thought. Their relationship blossomed into something more than he ever expected. He knew then he would stay with her forever. The girls listening are completely shook. Wow, you two have been through a lot, they say, trying to process it all. Our girl just asks, does it seem that way? One friend notes that it's a huge leap to go from a guiding light to a lost part of yourself. She feels like a piece of the story is missing. A missing piece. But Do said her memories were fine. The friend immediately covers her mouth, wondering if she said too much. But the blonde friend jumps in, ever the diplomat. Who cares? As long as the outcome is good, that's all that matters. Our heroine agrees, but she can't shake the feeling. She needs to hear Do's side of the story. And if they both agree, she'll respect their decision. Though knowing Do, she's not going to give up that easily. But what our girl doesn't see is the dark truth of her own past. She collapses, system errors flashing all around her. A voice sneers, you knew it was a trap, didn't you? It's the wicked maid standing over our fallen heroine. She was the one behind the trap all along. A smug look on her face. When you saw her face, she taunts, you still hesitated. Our poor girl was caught in a magical binding circle. The maid grabs her chin, her eyes cold as ice. Thanks to you, we can proceed to the next stage. Our girl trembles, completely powerless, but another figure appears, a mysterious woman watching from the stairs. She asks the maid, why go to all this trouble just to have Miss Jiang Yang kill her? The woman scoffs, "Oh dear, our deal doesn't include satisfying your curiosity." The maid just mutters about what a stingy employer she has. Meanwhile, the fake do smiles sweetly. She lays out the plan to our clueless heroine. "As long as Miss Jiang Yang kills it to save me, that's all that matters, correct?" And the poor it they're talking about is this adorable little creature who just wants to save his master. Later, the girls say their goodbyes. The maid and Jiang Yang share a sinister, knowing glance. Our girl gets into the carriage with the impostor, completely unaware of the danger. The real villain watches them leave, a satisfied smirk on her face. "This look suits you much better," she coos to the chain creature. The little guy struggles, growling in defiance. "Xiao Yang, please, you have to notice," he screams in his mind. The villain just opens a magical mirror, spying on them. Inside the carriage, Xiao Yang asks if Du found any clues. The impostor smiles serenely, "I didn't find anything." Xiao Yang sighs, figuring it would be harder than expected. They'll have to rely on memories to find the real culprit. Then she gets an idea. "Should I check your memories while we're at it?" The imposter's smile freezes. Our girl explains that since her own memories are a mess, looking at Du's could be helpful. The imposter panics internally. "I can't let her. If she sees my memories, the whole plan will be exposed." But Xiao Yang is already thinking it's a bad idea. To her shock, the imposter agrees, "Sure. Helping you makes me happy, Xiao Yang," she says, taking her hands. Xiao Yang is stunned into silence. But something feels wrong. Her heart isn't racing like it normally does around Du. The imposter leans in close. "I have nothing to hide from you, just like you have nothing to hide from me." The words hit Xiao Yang like a ton of bricks. The imposter presses her. "Your reaction? Are you hiding something from me?" She's cornered. The imposter's manipulative tactics are working perfectly. "You're hiding something, but expect me to be completely open." But then she softens her voice. "It's okay, I'm still willing to let you see my memories." Xiao Yang is drowning in guilt. "It's my fault, I'm sorry." She'd completely forgotten that she never told Du this world was a game, and that she was the cause of all her pain. If Du finds out, everything they have will be destroyed. She quickly backtracks. "I won't bring this up again." The maid's voice echoes in the imposter's mind. People with a strong sense of morality are so easy to control. Watching this unfold, the true villainess sighs. "Our agreement never included you hurting her," she tells the imposter through their connection. "But don't worry, after you die, she'll be punished." The chain creature lets out a ferocious growl. "I won't let you hurt Xiao Yang." The villainess simply smiles, completely unbothered by his threats. A dark power descends on our poor little familiar. He lets out a tiny whimper. The mysterious woman taunts him for trying to escape. She scoffs, saying he's way too weak now. With a smug look, she declares she's done playing games. She makes a quick hand sign. "Sweet dreams," she whispers, casting her spell. Drowsiness hits him like a truck. He realizes it's a sleep spell and fights to stay awake. With his last bit of strength, he tries to warn our girl. But it's too late, and he collapses into darkness. Meanwhile, at the academy, life seems to go on as normal. But for our heroine, everything has changed. An invisible wall has grown between her and Du. They walk together, but they are miles apart. She can't bring herself to share anything anymore. Guilt and fear are eating her alive. She gazes at her friend's back, lost in thought. But this isn't her friend. The imposter smirks, thinking her cold shoulder tactic worked. It's time for the final push. Our girl finally approaches her, wanting to talk. The fake Du plays innocent, but inside she's celebrating. Xiao Yang pours her heart out, apologizing for hiding things. She was just so afraid of losing her best friend. Fake Du's eyes gleam with a chilling light. She shushes our poor girl, saying it's okay. But her inner monologue is absolutely savage. She puts on a hurt expression, twisting the knife. "I trusted you completely," she says, laying the guilt on thick. Our girl apologizes again, her heart breaking. The imposter sighs, saying she just needs a couple of days to process everything. Xiao Yang, desperate for comfort, asks for a hug. "Of course," the fake Du says, opening her arms. They embrace, but there's no warmth in it. The imposter's eyes are cold as ice. She whispers promises of putting the past behind them. Our girl promises she'll never hurt her again. And that's when the villain reveals her true colors. "Keep that sentiment in mind and die for Stardew," she hisses. Her smile is pure evil. Our girl feels a sudden sharp pain. The imposter pulls back, feigning surprise. "Oh, sorry, I got carried away," she lies smoothly. She just brushes it off like nothing happened. Later, our heroine is alone, her mind racing. She stares at her reflection, and the truth hits her. That person isn't Du. The aura, the warmth, it's all wrong. This is a complete stranger wearing her friend's face. Who is she, and what has she done with the real Du? A few days ago, the warning signs were already there. This new Du was acting strangely, a little too nice. Our girl felt it instantly. This person was different. Even though they acted normal, she knew. This person is not Du. Her eyes glow with magic as she confirms it. There are no traces of magic, which is even more suspicious. The game world shouldn't have this kind of power. But then she remembers the mysterious woman Du mentioned. She tried to use a tracking talisman to find the real Du, but an invisible barrier blocked her magic. The talisman was useless, confirming the girl beside her was an impostor. Is the real Du trapped by a stronger power, or is she gone? She had planned to tell Du everything, but now she's trapped in a nightmare consumed by guilt and fear. A nameless dread fills her heart. Using a detection spell, she sees it clearly. The form has been changed, it's an impostor. But where is the real Du? Desperate, she goes deep into the forest. She begins a dangerous soul-summoning ritual, calling out to the spirits. A faint light appears. She feels a connection and nearly collapses in relief. Thank the stars, Du is still alive. Now she has a new mission, play along with the fate. She has to find out where the real Du is hidden. Using a truth serum would be too obvious. Instead, she'll test her with a doppelganger puppet. She suspects the new housekeeper is involved. Could she be the one who caused chaos at the dance? But the housekeeper supposedly can't use magic. The impostor would have recognized her at the ball. No, it has to be someone else. The true mastermind is still hiding in the shadows, and they have the real Du trapped in a cage. What could be their goals? The impostor's words echo in her mind, a couple of days. That lines up with the first field training class, but nothing major happens then in the game. The big monster rampage isn't until midterms, but if they can create monsters out of thin air, they can manipulate the entire storyline. If their plan is for the field training, it means Du is safe for now. But our girl knows she's facing a terrifyingly powerful enemy. 2 days later, the class heads out for field training. The instructor gives his speech and sends them off. Right on cue, the imposter sidles up to her. She suggests they go deeper into the forest where it's less crowded. What do you think? She asks with a sickeningly sweet smile. Our heroine agrees without hesitation. The trap is set and she's walking right into it. Finally, it's time to end this. Our girl and her bodyguard walk into the woods ready for action. Time to spring the fake ambush they planned. She looks totally prepared for the drama to unfold. She senses them coming right on schedule. But wait a second, who are these extras? Our girl is completely blindsided. This wasn't the plan. The two girls act like total damsels in distress. We're saved. They spin a sob story about getting lost and separated. Our girl is internally screaming, get out of my scene. She plasters on a fake smile and says, sorry, bad time. The blonde girl actually looks hurt by the rejection. Suddenly, the atmosphere becomes dangerously tense, because something is lurking right behind them. A massive, terrifying beast claw appears from the shadows. Someone screams a warning, and look who it is, Mr. Side character Alger swoops in to play hero. The white-haired girl is shocked to see him, but his attention is clearly somewhere else. And just like that, their little party is completely surrounded. Our girl realizes her simple plan has spiraled into absolute chaos. Meanwhile, the true Villainess watches from the shadows. This is all her doing, a little punishment for our heroine stepping out of line. She smirks, hoping this teaches Jacqueline a lesson so savage. The entire group is now fighting for their lives. The Villainess decides to unleash her secret weapon, a terrifying winged cat-like beast. She orders it to go and finish the job, but the poor creature looks absolutely terrified. The Villainess isn't taking no for an answer. She grabs its face, whispering that it has no choice. With a sad, angry look, the beast obeys. Our girl is panicked, wondering how her plan got so deadly. She's worried about her friend Du. Where is she? Her bodyguard Hira looks extremely nervous. The winged beast lunges with unbelievable speed. It disarms Alger in a single powerful blow. The blonde girl screams his name in terror. She immediately rushes over to heal her man. The white-haired girl can't believe what she's seeing. She desperately tries to use her magic on it, but it's completely useless. The spell just fizzles out. Hira realizes this beast is special, prepared by their hidden enemy. The beast turns its glowing eyes on her. It charges straight for our loyal bodyguard. Hira admits she was holding back, trying to locate the controller. She knows the mysterious lady must be nearby, pulling the strings. She sends out a special tracking spell to find her. If she can just capture her, this whole nightmare ends. But the Villainess just smirks at the little paper doll. It passes right through her like she's a ghost. Hira's spell flies off into the empty forest. She's in total shock. How is that possible? There's absolutely nothing there. The Villainess just chuckles to herself, one step ahead. She was tricked once before, but this time she came prepared. With a chilling smile, she welcomes them to their end. Hira dodges another attack, her mind racing. She remembers Du saw this woman at the dance. The beast is relentless, swiping at her again and again. She must be using some kind of power to hide her presence. But then, why wouldn't she just attack directly? Hira gets a close look at the beast's face, and something about its eyes, they're so familiar. Her grip on her sword suddenly loosens in shock. In that split second of distraction, she struck down. The beast looms over her for the final blow. Our poor heroine screams out a warning. Hira braces for the impact, accepting her fate. She closes her eyes, waiting for the end. But the attack never comes. The beast is hesitating. Hira opens her eyes, confused. Why did it stop? And why does it look so incredibly sad? A single heartbreaking tear rolls down the creature's cheek. Hira feels its heartbeat, and a shocking realization hits her like a truck. Don't tell me, could it really be? But before she can process it, another beast sends her flying. The winged beast watches, looking completely distressed. A girl screams her bodyguard's name in pure terror. The beast just growls, clearly conflicted. The others are completely overwhelmed and about to be defeated. They're screaming for help, but no one can save them. The winged beast lets out a mighty, pained roar, and it turns its full attention to our poor heroine. Her face drains of all color. This was not part of the deal. It charges at her, claws extended for the kill. She's knocked to the ground helpless. This is it, this is the end. But Hira screams out a different name, Do. Her eyes are filled with pure rage and desperation. The beast freezes, its attack stopping just inches from our girl. Hira ignores her injuries and stumbles forward. She throws her arms around the magical beast, holding it tight. And through her own tears, she whispers, I missed you. The giant beast lets out a furious howl, with our girl clinging on for dear life. His blue eyes narrow in rage. Nearby, the mysterious woman scoffs, annoyed she was interrupted. The beast growls, you are really making me angry. He raises a giant paw, ready to strike down our heroine. But suddenly he cries out in pain. Blood gushes from his side. He's been wounded. The veiled woman smirks, completely satisfied with her work. Our girl immediately casts a healing spell on the poor beast. She glares at the woman, realizing this was all part of her chaotic plan. She draws her sword, her eyes blazing with fury. In that case, you won't escape. She unleashes a massive wave of power, slicing through the entire forest. The attack kicks up a huge cloud of dust. But our girl is a pro. She knows every action leaves a trace. Her friends cough in the background, totally useless as usual. She closes her eyes, focusing. Using the wind, she can detect even the slightest movement. And just like that, found you. She hurls her sword with perfect aim. It flies straight for the woman's throat, but it passes right through her like a ghost. It was nothing but an illusion. Our girl freezes, completely stunned. The woman just laughs, telling her to drop the act. She knows our girl is stronger than this, as dozens of swords pin her to the spot. But the woman isn't fazed in the slightest. I take back what I said, she purrs, a smile in her voice. It truly is a lucky day. Our girl is confused. Do we know each other? The woman's mood instantly sours. Her eyes fill with rage. How can you be so heartless? Suddenly, she's right in front of our heroine. Our girl trembles, realizing her attacks did absolutely nothing. Who is she? She wonders, terrified. The woman grabs her arm, her voice filled with a desperate longing. Mom. Our girl's world completely shatters. The commotion brings the others running. They see the two women facing off and start to panic. The mysterious woman gives our girl a chilling, intimate look. Her smile is just pure chaos. Our girl tries to play it cool. This must be a misunderstanding. But she knows a threat when she sees one. She quickly casts a binding spell. Purple chains of magic wrap around the woman. But she doesn't even struggle. She just smiles cryptically. Just wait a little longer, Mom, she whispers before vanishing in a flash of light. Our girl is left completely bewildered by her words. Just then, Professor Roland arrives on the scene. He spots the giant beast and immediately freaks out, goddess above. He prepares a massive fire spell ready to go full exterminator mode. Nuo, the other students scream, that's due. The professor pauses, confused. Our girl leaps in front of Du, blocking the attack. She quickly explains Du is under a transformation spell. The professor, ever so humble, admits he's not skilled in breaking magic, but he'll give it a try with his gorgeous swordsmanship. Magic. He prepares a dispel spell. Our girl tells Du to hang on. Du just licks her face affectionately. The professor is impressed by their gorgeous level of trust. He unleashes his spell and Du just sneezes. It had no effect at all. Our girl is shocked. Even the most knowledgeable magician in the country couldn't break it. The professor is sweating bullets. This is not a good look for him. He realizes Du looks exactly like a real magical beast. This is a troublesome spell. The students suggest heading back to the academy for help. The professor asks our girl to restrain Du again. He leans in close, his expression turning deathly serious. He's not just examining the magic. Our girl confirms Du's wounds are already healed. The professor looks grim. Stardew wasn't hit by a spell, he says. She's undergoing a transformation. Our poor heroine doesn't understand. He explains she's changing from a human into a magical beast. Little Du looks so weak and confused. Suddenly, the woman's words echo in our girl's mind. The professor delivers the final, devastating blow. If we can't stop this, student Stardew will disappear.